Ladies and gentlemen, it is Sunday. Welcome to Pantelis Live, the best part of your weekend. Hopefully, look at this fucking crazy hair. I got worse than you, Poseidon. Before I introduce you to a man who got injured this week, and we'll talk about that as well, because I think it's a funny story. We'd just like to remind you that Two Drink Minimum, the number one podcast on the planet, is available on YouTube and everywhere you get your podcasts. There's a new episode every Wednesday that's available for everyone, but we go live. We record it live on Tuesdays, and you can catch that on our YouTube channel, Two Drink Minimum on YouTube. And also, I'd like to remind people that it's a new month for patrons. So join us on Patreon, patreon.com/Pantelis. We're going to do some more giveaways. I actually sent Poseidon out today. We mailed everything this morning. Well, he mailed everything. I set it all up yesterday. Autographed all those posters. They all have personalized messages as well. Not a recurring message. They're all different. I thought of something different for every goddamn poster, which took fucking 5 hours. Well, that was a terrible idea. I shouldn't have done that. So we did that yesterday. And yeah, so the membership is pretty cool. And I gave out a couple of t-shirts, quite a few, more than we thought. And me and Poseidon think that the mail company here, the Canada Post, is running a goddamn scam. We'll talk about that in a second too. But let's introduce you to my partner in crime here on Sundays. It's goddamn Poseidon.
My neck, bro.
Yeah, I know.
My back.
Yeah.
My pussy and my crack.
You want to get a beating right now?
I injured my neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sucking dicks.
Fuck, how'd you know? I was going to say eating pussy, but
Well,
it's not as cool as sucking dick, I guess.
So I guess, how did you hurt your neck? We should tell people first before.
Okay. So apparently the chiropractor is saying that my back was overworked, and the basically the nerve in the top, like connecting to the top of my back and my neck, gave out. Like I was waking up and stretching, and I heard a huge crunch, and then I couldn't move for about 15 minutes. I was screaming in pain. And then I mustered up all the strength I could and hopped in the shower, thinking that the warm water and a massage, like massaging my own.
Yeah, I'm going to stop you right there because I feel like you didn't hear the question. So I said, how did you get hurt? Never answered that. Just started talking about how it felt. Well, how you
but
get
I'm
there? It already happened. The point is...
I said I was stretching, and it crunched.
woke up with a crunchy neck is what he woke up with.
Yeah.
And then our boy Nick Drosos of self-defense internet fame sent him to one of his chiropractor friends.
Yes.
That's what happened. Now... Poseidon, we should tell these people that you've uncovered a scam at Canada Post.
Yeah, but I was going to say how I was having a dream at the same time. You remember that dream I told you about?
No.
The plane crash?
No, but you told me you were stressed out about something.
No, I'm stressed out in general, but I mean, I was having a dream before I got injured that I was in a plane crash and it was a ginger. I told you that.
No. You may have told me, but I forget.
Yeah.
Most of the shit you tell me, I try not to retain. Because I want to live stress-free. I want to be happy. And you make me angry. So. I try to... Oh, and I forgot to mention, Poseidon, because I was too excited off the top. I wanted to get to your injury, and I completely forgot. For people in Montreal, the Southern Boys, myself, Guido Grasso, and Massimo, March 13th at the Leonardo da Vinci Center. Poseidon is actually... He's been given a couple of tickets by hand, and he's out and about in the neighborhood and around town selling tickets. Like, legit, he actually sold tickets, so he hasn't scared people off, so that's pretty cool. In Bed with Poseidon is for patrons, and he's going to start doing more episodes. I've set him up with a stream deck. I used some money to buy a new stream deck, so I gave him my old one, so he's going to be ready to go with some cool new features this month. And for Sherbrooke, people in Sherbrooke, very excited to go there in English. Sherbrooke is April 3rd. Tickets are on my website. God damn. So this scam at Canada Post.
Yes.
Because I gave him my credit card last night, which already, suspicious behavior on my part, very dumb. But I trusted him. I gave him my credit card, my password, and I said, look, go ship everything out, okay?
You're going to see a withdrawal of Montreal Spa or something.
Yeah, exactly. No, but he calls me. He's like, look, I shipped everything out, and it was about $200. And I was like, all right, it's a little pricey to mail everything because most of it was, I think, Canada. So I was like, oh, it's a little suspicious. He goes, that's not the suspicious part because I thought maybe the international ones like the UK and Australia, that's what cost more. But here's the weird part. So people who won shirts, let's say, right? The people who won shirts in Canada... The Post charged us more to mail those, and some were like not too far from Montreal, more than the people who won shirts in the States. So it was cheaper to send a shirt to the States than it was in Canada, which suspicious is what I'm fucking saying. Isn't that suspicious?
Very.
I don't like that behavior.
Why though? I looked at her. I go to her. Why? She goes, man.
I don't know. I just work here.
Yeah.
There's Broad again.
Oh, and you know what's funny? The Canada Post before I showed up was dead. Nobody. Okay.
Brodigan also won a shirt too. He
Yes.
he doesn't know it yet. Yeah. There's a lot of shirts that we sent out that we didn't tell people that they got shirts.
Yeah.
They're just gonna get them in the mail.
Very nice.
Yeah. By the way, I'm
Pleasant
working to
surprise.
get more shirts. Basically, I'm taking all your membership money and just giving it back to you with random shit for the month. To get you more shirts, I'm just trying to work out a better deal. Because the deal that the guy told me was, I was like, what? That's how much I get them now, and I thought they were expensive. So no, I'm gonna find a better deal. Like I'm thinking, if I buy more shirts, will they give me a good deal? Anyways. So yeah, what were you saying? You were saying something?
Yeah, and as soon as I show up and she starts doing, processing everything,
Yeah.
line up behind me. I'm like, motherfucker. Like, just my luck,
Yeah, yeah.
So she had to do two things at once, so she was super annoyed.
More. We had like a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of envelopes. For
But
you,
I helped her out, though.
Yeah, you had to.
I put some stickers on.
Poseidon helped me out yesterday too when I was doing it because I had what I did is I figured because writing the address on every envelope, it could get tricky because what if I misspell something? So I did is I printed them all on papers, like the full addresses for everyone, and I cut them out, and then we taped them on the envelopes to make sure there's no fucking mistakes.
Yeah.
Because that'd be the worst thing. Eh? Did you put a return address? I just realized none of the envelopes have return addresses. So if something happens in the mail, those autographs, those shirts, it's just lost.
Fuck.
Fuck. I was gonna tell you to put this place, but I figured I don't have to tell him. He knows.
What do you mean?
Like the return address, just to be here at the studio. But I figured he's gonna think about it by himself. But just
I
your
didn't know
face.
you had to do that.
You know you have to put a return address on the top just in case.
But
It's
then
okay.
why didn't you print papers out with?
A return address?
Yeah.
Because I thought you were just gonna tell her once and she was gonna print out the sticker ones. But it's okay. It doesn't matter. They're all gonna. We paid for both.
Maybe she, because I saw her putting two stickers.
She can't put a return address. Just know your address. You fucking.
No,
like-
maybe she put the Canada Post.
But what are we gonna do with it there? How are they gonna reach out to us? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's everything's gonna go fine, bro. Don't worry. We live in 2020, and honestly, there's no metal. There's no nothing. This is the simplest fucking orders. It's gonna be fine. But it is funny though. I was like, I don't have to tell him.
know.
I don't have to. This guy, he's on the ball. He's gonna think about it himself.
But I've never put a return address on any letter I've sent out.
You just sent them like that and hope it gets there.
I guess, yeah.
But the only reason why I'm not as nervous right now is because you actually did it at the post office.
Yeah.
So already she puts the proper postage.
Yeah,
Everything's
yeah,
done.
yeah.
It's more likely that you'll need it if you put it in the box.
Yeah,
Because let's say
yeah.
you're missing a stamp or something and you need to return it. So I think it's gonna be fine. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. Yeah, don't worry. It'll be good.
It'll all work out.
So Poseidon yesterday was asking me for the first time about Ari Shaffir. Now, for those of you who are on Patreon,
Ah, yes.
my podcast with Vlad Levitt is on there. It's coming out for everyone else tomorrow, but if you're a patron, you could already watch it. And I spoke about it because it came up in the subject, and I haven't changed my mind on it. I still feel the same way. I'm actually upset at the comedians that came out to like shame him and shit talk about it. I actually don't like that because, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but basically the way I see it is people are upset because we knew Kobe Bryant as an icon in the culture. Okay, so it touched a lot more people personally. Let's say, even though you never fucking met him in person, just you felt more closer to the situation, right? Because he does this kind of these tweets, these videos. He does it every time a big person dies. He did it for rally.
Yeah.
He does it for even people that he likes. It's just what he does. Now, whether you find it funny or not is not what we're discussing.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that it was not an attack on one specific person. Some people try to come out and say it was racist. That didn't do with race. It just had to do with the fact that it was Kobe and he hates the Lakers. So the example I gave on the podcast, and I'm sticking to it, is if in the UK something happens to one of the members of the royal family, I guarantee you that most of the UK, they're going to be sad. It affects them. They're going to be, oh my God, depressed. It's going to be crazy. How did this happen? Most comedians and most people in North America are going to talk so much shit and make jokes about it from day one. What's the difference? There isn't. The only thing is that now you can understand how it looks like from the other side, right? Because I can understand that whether I like the joke or not, he's doing the same thing he does always. I can't, just because now it's something personal, act different. That's crazy. Then that's not free speech, and that's not the way it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
Whether you find it funny, that's up to you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought, because I took the video seriously, because I didn't know, I hadn't seen any of his other videos doing that with other people. So I was like, oh, what the fuck? That's a little, I thought he was being serious.
But context, that's why I told you, context matters. And a lot of people, even though they knew, they knew that he does this all the time. They didn't mention it.
Well, after the thing, you saw how I took it after you told me he does this all the time with any big death. Like, oh, okay, that's his thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I brushed
Even Poseidon, the second I told him he does this with any big death,
Yeah.
even Poseidon is like, oh, okay. There we go. You know.
Yeah, you know, it wasn't, there was no ill intent.
No, the intent, it's just how he is. It's the kind of
Yeah,
jokes he
yeah,
makes.
yeah.
So, and you know what? Regular people, maybe they don't get it. They're not involved. You know, I could understand how, you know, fans of Kobe Bryant, they
Yeah.
don't know what's going on. They could freak out. I'm not saying they're right for it, but I kind of understand where they're coming from. But for professional comedians that know him, that are friends with him,
That's, yeah.
to pretend like it's something new or to be like, oh, that's shameful. How could he say that? What are you talking about? We make fun of all kinds of other people that
Yeah,
are.
but again, bandwagon, they want to gain, you know, if they
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
gain
yeah.
popularity or whatever, you know, they'll jump on a, you know.
Yeah, I told you the easiest thing for me would have been to jump on that bandwagon and be like, "Yeah, man, cancel Ari. That's just crazy. There's a line in comedy, and you crossed it, brother." But no, I'm not gonna do that
You
shit.
know,
Fuck that.
You know
bro.
how it is now. Everyone throws everyone under the
Yeah.
bus nowadays.
I'm
There's
not gonna-
There's no loyalty.
No, there's no. But it's not even comedians. I've seen comedians that don't know him who said the same thing. Like, this is the line, and why does it? And now he's gonna get what's coming to him. What do you mean, what's coming to him? Stupid. What's coming to him? What's coming to him? Because he
He's
made a
going-
fucking bad joke. He made an unfunny joke.
No.
Because he made an unfunny joke. Now we gotta beat him up because he made an unfunny joke about somebody you like. Get the fuck out of here. with
Personally,
your
I didn't find it funny.
nonsense.
Personally, I didn't find it funny, but I'm not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You
It's
know?
not about it being funny or not. It's
Yeah.
just so what he's because he made a bad joke that didn't hit. We have to kill him now. Are we fucking joking? Everybody's cool with fucking Clinton. Bill Clinton's still around, bro. This guy's been involved in murders, pedophilia, all kinds of
Yeah,
shit, rapes.
yeah.
That's fucking fine.
Yeah, it's
But
true.
but fucking a guy makes a bad joke and the bad joke is what
Where the fuck is hashtag cancel Bill Clinton, bro?
all the Clintons, yeah.
All the
And
Clintons.
The point it's
Or anyone
hypocritical.
related to Clintons.
Hypocritical.
You know what I
Poseidon.
mean? Where is the
Hypocritical
fucking
Poseidon.
hashtag, bro?
That's what they're doing. They're doing hypocritical Poseidon type of behavior.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of the Clintons, Poseidon, I've
Oh,
been
boy.
thinking. So, for those of you who are patrons, and I guess most of you in the chat might be.
I was checking for assassins in the corner.
No. So another idea that I had, and I think I already launched one of the logos that are made for it, is I want to start a conspiracy type of documentary thing.
That would be so much fun, especially with you, bro. Every time we talk about conspiracies, like whenever I'm over,
Yeah, you
bro,
get excited.
I can't stop listening. I don't see the time go by.
I don't know where I'm gonna find the time, but I'll figure it out. So yeah, I think I might ask because there's a comedian in the city who does a lot of video stuff, and he was asking me, he's like, "Hey man, if there's anything I could do, I want to do some video shit." So I told him no, I don't have anything because I didn't think about that. But I'm like, you know what? Let me ask him about the conspiracy thing. What he thinks. I'm gonna give him my concept, see if he thinks he could help. Because if somebody could jump on board with that, then I could definitely release them like maybe once a month or something.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool. And the French podcast, I'm going to start recording this week. I got 2 guests coming in this week. So the first episode is definitely going to be in the next, I think over the weekend, I'm going to drop the first one, which is I got Jan coming in from Mike Ward Suzukut. And then I think my second guest is Jean-Thomas Jobin. Super cool dude, very funny comic, French guy. And then I'm going down the list of people that I'm going to invite. So we're working on stuff here. We're working on all kinds of shit here. You think we're resting on our laurels? The second people decided to sign up for Patreon, I saw it as I'm Netflix. That's what I saw it as. I said, now I got to fucking step up. I got to do even more shit. Because, I wasn't busy enough as is.
I'm Netflix. The way you said that so nonchalant.
But I'm the good
was funny.
Netflix. Yeah. I make shit happen and I send stuff through the mail. By the way, most of your posters have anthrax, so you guys might want to be careful. Imagine we just spread the coronavirus.
Fuck. Bro, you know what's happening in China, bro? Absolutely nuts, bro. The whole city is in complete shutdown. There's people they're not allowed to leave their homes, apartment complexes, and they're
Better
just
that way,
there.
bro. Keep the Chinese there.
And they're screaming. They're just let us out. They're not letting people leave the apartment.
I didn't know about
buildings.
the screaming thing. That's scary. But I
Yeah.
did hear. Look, oh my God, Gambit says 60 million in quarantine. So let's see what we got here. I haven't even taken a look. Fucking wow, everybody. Okay, so Tobias, Trey Cool, Gambit's here. Fucking Marie Renee, obviously. Hellsant, come on. We got Silver and Gold is here. Jess Sorrell, all the way from Australia. We got Abby. Man. There's a lot of people. Tom's here. There's no Marvin's here. I haven't seen Marvin in a bit. God damn. No way I'm gonna get through everyone.
Bro, but
it keeps refreshing on me.
60 mils.
Flat Cat's here. Yeah, we got people.
60 mils a lot of motherfuckers, bro.
60 million people.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but put it. Oh, George is here. George Sadido's here, and he's pulling the finger for some.
Oh, how you
fucking
doing?
reason. I don't know why he's pulling the finger, But he's yeah, good job, George. That's why you're out of politics now. Very inappropriate. Very inappropriate, George. So
That's a lot of motherfuckers, bro.
it's a lot of Chinese people, 60 million.
That's
Yeah.
more than the population of Canada, bro.
Yeah, but then again, you take it in context with population of China, not bad, 60 million.
That's what. Hey, that's 10%.
Yeah, that's nothing.
No, the 1 point.
Are you okay? It looks like your brain. Did you just do a Control Alt Delete
That's
on your
like
brain?
6. That's like 6%.
What?
Some 7%. Some shit.
It doesn't matter what the percent is. It's 60 million Chinese people,
Yeah.
Poseidon. Who can handle that many Chinese people?
China,
I have a question.
vagina.
Are these, when they quarantine them in these buildings, are they trying to wait it out, see if anyone shows symptoms, is affected? Or they're trying to protect them from getting infected from other people? Because if you have it, this is something that shows symptoms, right? Don't start shaking and you fall down, all that crazy shit.
Yeah.
So it's not something that could be dormant in you, right? So what's the point of 60 million people being quarantined if none of them have it? After, if you wait a week or something and none of them have it, what's the point? Now you're just caging Chinese
Because
people.
you can catch it, but then before it starts showing, you know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. So let's say you have 60 million people and you're like, fuck, what if one of these guys has it? Let's wait a bit. So you wait a month, let's say. You wait 2 weeks or a month. Nobody has it. Well, they're not going to get it from anywhere. They're all there. They're cool. Why are we still keeping them in cages is what I'm saying. In these Chinese glass prisons.
It's not cages, it's apartments.
Yeah, but Chinese apartments. They're more like compartments. You feel me, dog? Very little people is what I'm saying. Yeah, it's not...
There's people that already came out with theories that it's basically the Chinese government trying to...
Yeah, I heard so much. I heard it was because of the Chinese government trying to control population. I heard that it's because they're eating live bats, which for the record, if it was live bats, that's a good punishment. Stop eating fucking live bats.
Not just live bats.
Stop eating bats and koalas, boys.
Live octopus, live koalas, live mice, you name it, bro.
So George is saying maybe also because they don't want them to contract the disease by going out of quarantine and then they get it. So they're also keeping them safe.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So yeah, the intent is to stop the spreading. Now, it's a 14-day incubation period where there are no symptoms. The WHO failed terribly. The World Health Organization, that's the WHO. The reason it spread is because they poorly guessed the incubation period. Yeah, well, the WHO was a good band, but not good with World Health stuff. No. Always making mistakes. But it does seem a little suspicious, this whole thing. China's on the verge of starving, so this may be a gift from the ultimate... Hold on a second, guys. The China thing, is this real?
What?
Is China really starving?
Why are they starving?
Yeah, they were also eating koalas. Flat
That would
cat.
explain why they eat anything, eh?
Yeah, that kind of makes it seem like eating anything is just a last resort. It's not like a luxury.
You know? Like, think about it. We're like, oh my God, they eat dogs. But the guy hasn't eaten in a week.
Yeah, then that dog sauce looking delicious.
Do you know what I mean?
But
Bro, if you
wasn't
don't give me food for a week, bro, I'll eat that paper.
right? You'll eat that paper now in 12 minutes. Wasn't rice set? Wasn't rice like a big thing in China? Didn't have a lot of rice.
Yeah, but they're 1.6 billion people, bro.
But that's rice. There's a lot of rice. I'm not saying to always eat rice. I'm saying, but isn't that readily available?
Yeah, but
Because I could understand. You're kind of right. 1 billion people, or almost like 1.5 billion. How many chickens? Like it starts getting crazy.
Yeah. But rice barely has any nutrients.
Hey,
You know what I
Simon.
mean? It's filling, but there's no actual legitimate nutrients.
Yeah. So it's
You
not
know
like
what
they
I
could
mean?
live off it.
There's no protein. There's no.
But then again,
you know.
actors here and people trying to save money live off ramen noodles for years.
Yeah, and look at how they look.
Yeah, that's okay. But they live is the point.
Yeah, barely.
Let's see. Abby says if they can't work, how can they provide for themselves? Yeah, I think they all work, but a lot of them work in factories. I mean, all the shit that we have right now that we take for granted was built by those little kids there.
Well, yeah, they were. Are they still in their industrial revolution, or they went through it? I guess I don't know what to say.
Depends how you calculate the beginning and the end of that. They were definitely in it. I don't know if it ended yet because they're still building all kinds of shit.
Yeah,
So
like it was the same story here with the industrial revolution in North America.
it
Remember
wasn't the same thing because the population was less and it didn't have as much of a impact because the rest of the world wasn't at a place that we were trying to catch up to. So the problem with China, India too, when they try
Yeah,
to
I get it. I see what you mean.
is that not only are they industrializing, like finally, let's say, but they're trying to catch up with a market that already exists and is already industrialized.
Yeah.
So they're always chasing So they're making a lot of sacrifices, right? But the sacrifice on a grand scale of 1 billion people, you know?
Yeah.
It's okay. 15 of us will get together. We'll build this studio. Let's say, okay, we'll take 15 people and we build a nice studio. Now imagine there's nothing here. There's no roads, no buildings, no nothing. Motherfucker, you need thousands of people. You need people to make buildings, the roads, electricians, plumbers, all that shit, right?
Yeah.
Now that's a sacrifice, and that's a lot of people working hard to try to make it to catch up with you to make it at the same time. So they came from nothing basically in comparison, and they had to build all that. So it's nuts. It's nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
And they had a lot of people. The population was so big, and it was just growing. And then now, look at where we are.
I saw a video of them building that
The hospital.
The hospital.
Yeah, that was crazy. It looked like ants. It looked like bugs, right?
They had like 100 bulldozers there,
Yeah,
bro.
and in fast motion, it
And
looked
bro,
like
and
ants.
they're so organized, bro. How? Bro, do these motherfuckers have antennas or something, bro? And they communicate like, like it's wild, bro.
The Chinese, very organized people. They work hard workers.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Germans, too, are very hard workers. They just always apply their strategies to evil. But if they would apply it to good, imagine. Look at the cars they make. You know what I mean? If they could stop hating people, imagine the things the Germans could do for us. It'd be brilliant. Look, George's like, the hospital was built in 7 days.
7 days.
Like,
bro.
goddamn, George, look at this. We can't.
Bro, it takes 7 years to fill a pothole.
Yeah. It's been 7 years the same pothole's been fucking open up. It's insane. So what George is trying to say is we need more Chinese here. But then again, even we have more here, but the government's still garbage here.
Yeah, so they would just, if you want them to assimilate into Quebec or Canadian culture, that's what a lot of them would become lazy afterwards.
Yeah. Obviously, Marvin, it's not like a full-fledged it's just a hospital to house these people.
1,000 beds and it barely.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
But still, the fact that they efficiently did that is a message for us. That they can. But then again, here's the lines where you got to draw, right? So let's see that regime there, which is a weird hybrid China of like communism and kind of a lot of capitalism. That's how they have those billionaires. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Basically, the successful people are allowed to be capitalists, but the regular people have to be serfs, slaves, basically.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
it's very
Psycho
weird.
Hazard even wrote, he wrote, slavery gets it done. Yeah, you see?
In India, it works with...
Because it's those caste systems, right?
Yeah, it's a caste. So... And the way that they see it is if you were born... if you're a waiter, it means in your past life you were a bad person.
I heard this, and it is the stupidest thing. It's funny that you bring this up.
Yeah. And you were downgraded, and basically now you have to serve us. So they'll treat you, they'll go the extra mile and treat you like shit. Because I've dealt with rich Indians, and in life, because I've worked in customer service all my life, and they try to treat me like garbage.
Because they assume in your past life you were a rapist. Surprises on them. That's your current life.
I should have seen that coming.
Let's see. How do they justify who should do what work? Just curious. So I was thinking the same thing, but what he said is it's kind of the class that you grow up in, right? So I think if your dad is a waiter, they're like, your kids, they're probably going to be good at waiting. It's very hard for you, I think, to get out of your social...
But at least in China, you actually have a chance if you know what I mean? If you stand out.
Not really. How are you going to stand out?
Look at the guy that started Alibaba Express, right?
Yeah, but he wasn't a nobody, no?
He was a nobody.
Really?
Apparently, yeah.
How much of a nobody?
He kept getting fired from jobs.
Yeah, but he had legit jobs that he was getting fired from. He wasn't a factory worker. You get it?
Yeah, he did go to school.
That's what I'm saying. It's not the same.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
It's not the same.
In India, I know for a fact it's impossible. So if you're born to a family and the father is a cab driver, you're a cab driver.
That sucks.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's it. That's what your family does. You're cab drivers. You know? Which, I mean, it doesn't make sense, but then again it does, because then who would do it, right? Because then you end up in situations like this with a bunch of fucking people that don't want to do anything.
Yeah, so look,
you know what I mean?
I think it's a complicated subject
it
to
is
even
very
talk
complex,
about.
Yeah.
But because I don't like the idea of not being able to choose and break out of something, because you never know what someone can do, right?
Yeah.
Because like no one in my family at all is involved in any way in like show business, for example. I'm the only one to do that.
Yeah.
So what should I have only been able to do whatever they did? Do you know what I mean? Like then I couldn't do comedy. I couldn't. I like the idea for you to be able to apply yourself and be able to create something and do something. I love that.
Yeah.
But in those countries, it's nearly impossible. Now, it's a lot. It's also the culture. It's the fact that there's so many fucking people. Like, let's say now you talk about breaking out as an artist here. Imagine trying to break out as an artist in a country with 1.6 billion fucking people. How do you differentiate yourself?
And they all look the same. It's fucking terrible.
That's funny.
I was quick on that one.
Yeah. Let's see. We've been refund scammers for 5 generations.
Wait, what?
That's what he said. Psychohazard. There's a whole generation of just call center employees. It's fucked up not to be able to be born and not to be able to have a choice.
Yeah. And then on the flip side, it's fucked up because, like, let's say you're a kid born to a famous singer.
Yeah. Imagine you shit at singing. Imagine you hate singing.
You know, or like
No, you bring a shame.
It's a singer, but you gotta stay within music. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
imagine, and
You're not an artist. Maybe you don't like that shit.
yeah, you know what I mean. You're like, oh, well, I don't give a fuck. I want to do construction, bro. I fucking love bulldozers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like fuck, like it's fucked up. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's why I like that you could make your own. You see, that's the give and take, right? So they're going to tell you it's easier. There are a lot of people who like that kind of communist lifestyle. They tell you, no, it's easier. You don't have to think. You're born. We have a path set for you. Why would you want to stress yourself? Look at these fucking monkeys in North America who are always stressed. What do I want to do with my life? What do I want to? You know what I mean? Why would you want that? So the mentality, right, can apply either way. It depends how you see it.
Yeah.
Me personally, I hate that shit. I want to make my own fucking
Yeah.
choices. You know, even if they're bad choices, I learn from them.
Yeah,
I don't want anybody else.
It's a very Greek way of thinking.
What?
You know.
I want to make my own choices.
Yeah, and stuff.
Yeah,
like
but now we
and
influence everyone.
freedom
So the
and
whole,
this, that, yeah.
all of Western society is based on that.
Oh
is
yeah,
the freedom
I know.
to intellectually
100%.
choose. Yeah, so it's not. That's another thing. When you put it out there, it doesn't belong to you anymore.
Fucking
So all that stuff, like all the like the ancient Greek way of thinking
Yeah.
and society, it's not ours anymore. We put it out there, and a lot of other people were like, "Yeah, that makes fucking sense," and they took it. So now a lot of people are in agreement that we should have fucking freedoms, intellectual freedoms, personal freedoms, right? But then there's a whole other segment of the world that's like, "Fuck that shit. I'm making decisions around
They're
here."
not really fuck that shit, bro. Why do you think a lot of them try to immigrate always to?
But I was talking about cultural in a country. Obviously, individuals want to leave, but the culture
Yeah.
is that. That's why it exists. That's why they want to leave, because the culture there is
yeah,
X
but
thing.
there's also a lot of brainwashing involved.
You don't have to brainwash because it happens. Brainwashing, Poseidon, like actively brainwash. You don't have to do that at all. It's just part of the culture. Like
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
we,
you're
we
right.
Do, we
Yeah.
do stuff without knowing because it's just part of the culture.
Yeah, it's true. Like if you're born into it, and that's all. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
You don't know any better.
Yeah.
How the fuck would you know?
It's like me. Growing up, I didn't know you couldn't masturbate in public, but fuck, I had to find out the hard way.
So did they. You're the hard
Literally,
way.
pun intended.
you're the
by
hard
the
way.
way.
Brainwashing here is marketing. Yeah, they do it without you noticing
yeah,
from a young kid.
yeah.
Oh, I was talking about this. I was playing hockey yesterday, and I was talking about this, and everybody's like, "What do you mean?" But I think I'm correct. I've been watching that Disney Plus, and because I want to watch The Mandalorian, and I got through the whole Mandalorian. I enjoyed it. I told you. And I remembered a show that I was watching when I was young. It was called Boy Meets World. Remember this? No, Boy Meets World. You might have been too retarded to remember or watch it. Yeah. But when I was young, it was a show. It was about this kid and this girl they liked, Topanga, and his friend, and his principal lives next door. This whole thing. So I started watching it, and I realized that my kids, I think I'm gonna have them watch 90s and my type of shows growing up, rather than whatever is gonna be available at the time, whatever the contemporary stuff is gonna be showing. Because of the subject matter and the way I feel it made more critically thinking and smarter kids. Because now you see what's on TV. I don't know if you ever catch these Nickelodeon shows. It's very goofy, very laugh track, very stupid, right? Now, when I was watching Boy Meets World, I completely forgot. But they were talking about race, about it in the right ways. They were talking about all this stuff. Race, sex, bullying, but in the right way, not the way we do it now, which is undertones of that same thing, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to talk about race, but they're super racist. They're just now shifting the racism. They're like, it's just being mean to white people. But they talk about real subjects, and I like the way they brought them in. Same thing with the old Degrassi, the original Degrassi that came out here. AIDS, they talk about all kinds of shit, bro, in a show for kids. But they did it in a smart way, where kids had to kind of think and understand, like, oh, fuck, that's a good example. Now I get why I shouldn't do that, or why I should think like this,
Interesting.
Yeah. So I wouldn't. And they're not even written properly now. But the way that stuff was written, I was watching Boy Meets World like a few episodes in, and there were certain jokes I was like, that's fucking clever. That's a well-written joke. That is an actual good writer writing this. It wasn't something goofy where they just push laugh track to make it seem like it's funny. So, even old Disney movies, same thing. Dennis is saying that in the chat. Old Disney movies were written very good. Just Sorrel put her sunglasses on because she's like, yeah, they're fucking good. They were cooler back then.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was us. Just that time, that generation demanded a bit more quality. Now it's more of, how much shit can you push out, quickly, speed-wise. But they were just much, much better written.
Now it's quantity over quality.
A lot of that, yeah. And even I noticed just the way people were dressed. Obviously, the style was different in the 90s. Yeah. But even the way kids were still kind of being kids.
Yeah. But now they have all this pressure on them to,
Yeah, because they show... There's shows now, like on Nickelodeon, where the story is they're supposed to be like 13-year-old kids, right? Mm-hmm. But the subject matter is stuff that would affect 40-year-old people. You have a 13-year-old girl walks in and she's dressed like a 42-year-old hooker. And you're like, yeah, no shit, little kids are going to get confused because they're like, wait a second, I don't dress like that. I have my doll. So no shit you're going to fuck with kids because that's marketing. That's the perception they have. And then they're confused. Like, oh, I'm supposed to be dressed like the 42-year-old hooker. Okay. Anyway.
This is interesting, the way the world is going.
Yeah, they were good shows. Watatatao, I remember Watatatao. I remember Passepartout. I remember all that stuff when I was growing up. Yeah. Art and dignity in appearance and creativity is dying in a consumer-centric culture is what Elijah says, and he's right. He's right. What are they going to sell you? And also, it's hard for kids when they don't have another option. I mean, if that's all you see, that's all you know, what else could you want? You don't know there's anything else. You don't know there's another option for you to want. It's kind of like arranged marriage. Yeah, this is who you're marrying. You don't know. You didn't pick. You're like, all right, that's what I'm getting. Then again, do you want an unarranged marriage? Right? Imagine you go there, they're eating Jell-O. You need things organized. So sometimes arrangement is a good thing. My ex-wife used to torture me with Boy Meets World. I guess she grew up on it. Yeah, I didn't remember it fondly or unfondly. I just didn't. I knew it was a show I watched. Obviously you can't remember as a child. But then when I was watching again now, I was like, oh, fuck, man. They were written, like they took it seriously. They actually put care in these shows back in the day. Yeah. Did you guys make it to Mr. Rogers or Mr. Dressup? I saw both Mr. Rogers and Mr. Dressup, and both of them I liked. I remember as a kid. Now I don't know how it is if I rewatch it.
I have never watched any of these shows.
Yeah, you grew up in a weird. You grew up next to a mattress with syringes on it. Like I don't know how the fuck.
What?
How did you miss everything? Sesame Street. You missed all this shit.
Because when I was a kid, when I got cable for the first time, all I used to watch was Dragon Ball Z. Like I was addicted. Like it was crack.
But that was older. That Dragon Ball Z came out after these shows here in North America.
No, yeah, it came out after, but even when I was a kid, they were available. As soon as I got cable, I was
how old were you?
12. I didn't have TV before
the age of 12.
The age of 12.
Okay, so why didn't you say that? That explains everything. That explains.
Sure, I never said that. Yeah. We always had VHSs though. You know what I mean? Like Disney movies and this that. Like I've watched a shit ton of. I've watched 100 Dalmatians. I think 80 times. 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah.
I think I've watched it like 80 times. Like so, a lot of Disney movies I watched as a kid.
Okay, that explains it.
Yeah, so then I got cable at 12, and then by I think 14 I got my first computer, and I outgrew it, and then I became hooked on computer games.
I outgrew my computer.
I outgrew cable television because I found it too boring.
I fucked the shit out of my cable TV.
No, but like I found it too boring, and I had at the time it was a PS2, so I was more focused on video games.
Yeah.
Than I was on watching shows and stuff like that. So that's why I never really saw all these movies and shows.
I always liked video games. I had a NES. I always liked video games a lot, right? But I also always loved film. Loved, movies, shows, loved it. Loved it. Grew up on that shit. And then there was a time where I fell out of love with everything. Video games because I worked in games, so I got tired of it. And movies just because I was like, I don't like movies anymore. But it was just because we went through a couple of years. I don't know if it was the writer's strike. I don't know what the fuck happened. Where just a lot of garbage was coming out.
Yeah.
And I was just like, ugh. I wasn't excited about anything coming out. I would keep watching older stuff.
I remember going home from school. I think it was I was still in Socrates. I was still in elementary school. And I think, or was I in high school at this point? Anyways, it doesn't matter. I remember going home, bro, and my mother's waiting. We used to live in a basement before. So it was before high school. We used to live in a basement, and I remember going home, and she's waiting outside smoking, and she goes, she's all proud, and she goes, wait, don't go in the house yet. I go, why? And she goes, look, and she points through the window to look, and she goes, what's that on TV?
That's a crackhead, Mom.
And no,
What's he doing with our television set?
and there was cartoons playing. I started freaking out. Oh, you got cable! And I started freaking out, and I was like, I was happy. I remember that.
Wait, you're talking about cable, but did you have an actual TV in the house?
No, yeah, we did.
Okay, that's what we're... Because the way you made it sounds like there was no physical television.
No, there was. There was a
you were-
TV, and it was playing cartoons.
Okay,
and she points at it because she was all proud that
You're
she
not
got
understanding what we're saying.
cable
Again,
for us, because she couldn't afford it.
before you got cable, Poseidon, fuck, man. Listen, I'm
Yeah,
speaking English.
yeah.
Before you got cable.
Yeah, we always had a TV.
Okay, that's not what you said, though. You said I didn't have a TV till I was 12.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean
That's why.
to-
So everyone in the chat, Flatcat's like, why didn't you have a TV? So they're just asking. Yeah,
'Cause
so
it-
you had a TV, but you're talking about cable. You didn't want just regular channels. You're talking about the premium shit.
What do you mean?
Well, when you had a regular TV,
Yeah.
you could still watch CBC. You could still watch all these kid shows
No, we didn't.
without cable.
No, you needed an antenna, no?
Not for the locals, not for CTV and CBC and some of the French ones.
I don't
Doesn't matter.
remember exactly.
Doesn't matter. Point
Anyways,
is,
we always used to watch VHSs
Good.
before,
Disney.
And then I
Disney
remem-
was big, man. Well, it's still big, but I mean, back then everyone was excited about Disney stuff. Like every time Disney had a new movie, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
You remember? When I was a kid, I remember it was a big fucking deal. And that was when VHSs were running a scam. If you wanted to buy a VHS, it was like over $100. Did you know this?
Wait, what?
Oh, you didn't know this? When you would go to like video stores to buy the physical thing, like the VHS back, it was before DVDs, all that. It wasn't $20. It was super expensive at first because what they would do is they would buy it at a higher
Wait,
price.
The actual cassette?
The
or
actual cassette.
What?
Yeah. That's how they had made money because they would buy it at a higher price and then they would rent it out, right? So that's how they'd make their money back. Okay. So if you wanted to buy the physical cassette, they can't sell to you for less than what they bought it. That would be crazy. They're just gonna lose money,
Yeah.
right?
This was at the beginning of VHS.
When we were kids, it was still like that. Right before DVDs.
I don't remember
Yeah.
that.
Well, how could you remember that?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm telling you something that I knew you didn't know. So then the prices only started to go down later, right? Especially when
Yeah,
VHS
yeah.
started to get phased out. But in the beginning, it was super expensive because that's how they'd make their money, by renting the tape repeatedly. So why would you rent like a $6 tape if you could buy it for 20 and watch it with your friends? They all save money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But instead, they could rent that same tape to fucking 100 people. So it would cost more money. Yeah, they were expensive back in the day.
I remember having to
'Cause I remember I had
use the
asked.
pen and rewind manually. You remember that shit?
And they would get them differently. I think they would buy them from like a factory or some shit. Because I remember they could tape them for you. I remember there was a video store Greek guy who you like, okay, I'll give you $20, and he would tape the VHS. He would record on another VHS. So he would still have the original to rent out to people, but he would give you a copy for $20.
Wow.
Yeah, and he'd write on it like, "This is Lion King." Yeah.
Man, but it's crazy how in 20 fucking years, we went from these giant ass fucking bricks with a tape, and if it came out, the tape was ruined. You know what I
Poseidon,
mean?
in World War II, Poland was trying to fight the Nazis with horses. You know how far we've come in like this little time. It's insane.
It is. It's absolutely bananas.
And the crazy thing about technology is that it's exponential.
Yeah.
So the all the leaps we made in 100 years, we're making in months now, in days, in weeks. So where we're going to be in 100 years from now, assuming we don't all kill ourselves or a virus kills us, is you can't even think about it. It's shit that science fiction now I don't think can even get to. Because look at how far we are now. Look at the shit that's not consumer ready. Like when I used to work on virtual reality shit and all that. Like there's a lot of stuff that's in the developmental stages now that's gonna make everything bananas, like Marie Renee says, bananas. Yeah.
BANANAS.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that is nuts, bro. Especially if you see the tech that the military is coming up with.
Yeah, the military is always what do they say? The military used to be 10 years ahead. Then at one point they said the military is only 6 years ahead, and now I think it's back to maybe around 10.
I think more.
Not anymore. Look at how fast because there's all these companies that they're making more money off like private consumer markets.
Yeah.
Because it used to be military contracts were the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Like let's say VR, right? So VR was good for military. They were practicing. They had their the fighter pilots and shit like that because it's so expensive to put a jet. Also, it's dangerous if the guy doesn't know. But it was so expensive to put a jet up in the air, the fuel and all that, plus the danger of it. It costs taxpayers so much money each time it flies. So they invested in like crazy VR stuff so that people can sit in the cockpit and really feel like they're up there and really control it, right? To say, and that was then. Now you could still make all that money consumer-wise because people have more expendable income. So you could have these virtual reality centers, like they have laser tag virtual reality, where people will go in and do that. So all that investment is going to the consumer market now. So it's fucking crazy, bro.
Bro, now, a dude somewhere in fucking, I don't know, some state, Oregon or whatever, can hop in a fucking office, use joystick controls, and control a drone fucking halfway across the world.
It's crazy. Let's see. CAE in Montreal is the best at flight sims, Tobias says. Well, dude, I'm telling you, we're doing crazy fucking shit, man. And people...
Shit's gonna get wild,
People
bro.
are so fucking... Especially kids now. People that are growing up with computers, with programming, they're able to do it. There's so much... I don't want to say the term smarter because it's kind of relevant. Let's say if you know a lot about programming, doesn't mean that they're smarter than you and, I don't know, fucking pizza making. I don't know. I'm just giving an example.
Also they're absorbing...
They're absorbing like a sponge,
Yeah.
and they're so good at this stuff. So things are just moving along faster. Because something that took you 5 years to learn, some kid that started learning it when he was fucking 6, by the time he gets to your age now, he's mastered it 10 times over. He's already... So everything's just growing exponentially. These kids are smarter, everything. It's nuts.
Fuck, it's wild, bro.
At the same time, dumb, though. Because the kids or the people that are good at this kind of stuff, technology, applying their brain to build stuff, they're creating magical things. But then we're also creating this generation of zombie morons, right? Who are just super consumers. And they don't really... There's no critical thinking. They just follow, right? So for every brilliant creator that we're making, there's fucking 10,000... knobs. There's 10,000 doorknobs that we're also making at the same time. So that's the difficult part now. When do the knobs take over? Right? The barbarians are at the door. Sometimes they take over, you know?
Yeah.
That's how it happened. Look at all these fucking wonderful civilizations that fell to barbarians. They were more advanced, they were better, they got lazy. Yeah. If you're the smartest guy in the room, but there's fucking 200 doofuses that think that, I don't know, your new technology for an invisible jacket is the work of the devil because they're fucking morons. Those 200 people can kill you and destroy that technology. That's just a very rough example I'm giving you.
Yeah,
no matter how good you are, no matter how smart you are, if you're surrounded by monkeys, sometimes it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Let's see, our grandchildren will have digital eye implants. Yeah, because they already have contact lenses that you could kind of use like that, like the AR, augmented reality.
But I don't think it's ready for like consumer markets, I think, no?
What do you mean?
It's not ready for regular people to use. I think it's...
Who do you think use special people? No, it's ready. Regular people use it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's just not for sale because there's no application. The only reason why it's held back, it's just there's no application. No one's going to buy it if it's not useful for anything. Just like Google Glass came out just a bit too early without any practical usage. That was the issue. Same thing with Microsoft, the HoloLens, that AR headset they had. It was more marketed towards a after a year industrial area. Like, you know, you could move building blocks, see what a wall would look like here, all that, right? It was more. It depends on the application. So if nobody can use it, if nobody has a use for it, what's the point?
Yeah.
You know.
Would you make adjustments to your body?
What do you mean?
Like technological adjustments?
I want to get some fucking 3D abs, bro. Get some fucking laser abs.
No, I mean like I don't know. You get like
augmented stuff.
Yeah, you change.
Well, I mean, you're already doing that with your eyes with LASIK, right? So I would do that.
Yeah.
If it would help, it doesn't injure my body. Like I wouldn't put a microchip in me. I wouldn't put anything trackable.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if they're like.
Man, I would love if I could zoom in on shit with my sight. That would be nuts.
Everything is perverts with you. Like your asses.
No,
just the street. Yeah, Marvin says Poseidon wants a robo asshole that can really take a pounding.
Yeah, boy.
Let's see here. What are we saying? What would be really cool is if they use it for tourists who are in places which can make unfamiliar surroundings easier to navigate. Yeah, all the guys, man, it is fucking the shit that you can use. Even now, already Google. Some people don't know that there's this feature, but if you have a Google phone, you know Google Translate. You know, you could use the photo button on it, and you could point to a sign, and it'll translate it live for you.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
So, and that's been around for years. I remember that like a long
Yeah.
time ago. And that's super basic. That's super basic AR.
Yeah.
Right. So we're
And I think you can even take a picture of a product, and I think like you could. They were testing it with wine, and then it brings up like a Google search of where that wine, the winery it's from, how long the winery has been around,
Well,
the vineyard. Sorry, you know what I mean?
back years ago when I used to work in like VRAR, I had pitched something to my friends at Twitter, but they weren't going for it because it was very hard. You can't have one person make a decision there. It's like fucking, you know how it is. It gets complicated. These companies.
Bureaucracy.
Yeah, but I think it would have made them the leaders of everything because they had millions of signups, subscribers, let's say whatever you want to call it, users on Twitter. Everyone was using it. It was supposed to be that quick character writing thing, and you know they were talking about they had Vine at the time, and so what I was suggesting was to integrate an AR filter on Twitter. So when you're on your Twitter, you could press the AR, and then your camera pops up. And what it was going to be used for was for a lot of viral marketing. So let's say you see a billboard, and it has a little logo on the side of the Twitter AR, right? So you would point it at it, and then it could play you exclusive trailer, behind the scenes. They could talk to you. You could buy tickets, all kinds of shit like that. Yeah. But they didn't want to do it. Yeah.
Oh, that would have been dope.
Because then everybody would have had to, if they wanted to use these special features, they would have to go to Twitter.
Yeah.
So Twitter's user base would go up, right?
Yeah.
Plus, then it would give the content creators an excuse to make exclusive content for something.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
more engaging when you have it on the screen, and then instantly it pops up tickets. You watch an exclusive behind-the-scenes trailer. And I wanted to use it for everything. Not just, I'm just saying movies, but you can be the bus stop, you scan something, you buy tickets to a theater show. Or, all that shit, just to use it.
Or you see like an ad for headphones.
Anything. And you
And
can buy it right away.
and you buy it
Sign
from
up for
Amazon.
a gym membership. Anything you want, yeah.
Oh, that would have.
And they would have, because they already have the user base, right? They already have the user
Oh,
base.
that would have catapulted them.
Yeah, because they already have the user base. So they would have, all these other companies, Amazon, everybody that wants to integrate with them would have to, they'd be the gatekeepers.
Yeah.
Right? Why would you start your own? You're trying to get people to go to Amazon. They have, no. This has people from anything that don't use Amazon, don't use this, and they could, yeah.
Oh, that would have been nuts.
Yeah, I'm very good at this shit, but they're like, it was too big of an idea for them, they thought.
Fuck.
Yeah. But we had the tech. The tech is possible too.
Yeah,
It's just,
of course.
You just need willingness.
Amazon was made that they made that commercial there where if you have an Amazon credit card, okay, they'll have Amazon grocery stores. You could walk in and
Yeah, they tried this with those pop-ups. Yeah, at Whole Foods, I think, or whatever.
Yeah, it scans. It just scans the card, and whatever it picks up, whatever you pick up, I think
It just scans it for you when you leave.
Yeah.
So you don't have to sit in line and all that. You have to wait in line.
You don't even have to pay. It just takes the payment right away from the card.
Yeah, that's the future. That's how the future is going to be, dude. There's going to be a lot less, but people are going to lose their jobs. By the way, Amazon has equal paying options now. Pretty cool. Yeah, not on everything, but yeah, for people who don't know, Amazon started doing something very, very smart. They kind of it's kind of like they're circumventing traditional credit cards. Because let's say you want to buy a TV, and it's $1,000. Okay, Amazon will be like, okay, you don't have $1,000 now. Well, what we'll do is we'll charge your card $200 for 5 months without additional interest.
Really?
So you're still paying the 1,000, but you're paying it broken down.
Really?
Yeah. So what they do is they circumvent, first of all, your credit card. Your credit card is only going to get charged $200. So if that's all you could afford, you could pay it off each month without incurring any interest
That's
charges.
amazing.
Yeah, they're
And they even have Amazon credit cards, and apparently they're very, very
competitive. The interest rates or something.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah, dude. You got disrupted. People are fucking around. You gotta.
Interesting.
It's smart. Yeah. Because sometimes there's
fuck the banks, bro.
not just fuck the banks. Sometimes there's emergency purchases
Yeah.
that are fucking expensive that you don't know.
Like you gotta buy a gold watch all of a sudden.
That's not a real thing. But let's say for hypothetical example, you just paid off all your bills, everything. You're at zero, but you waste all your money, right? You just have enough to end the month. Let's say,
food here and there, yeah.
And then I don't know, your fucking TV explodes. I don't know, or your computer, and you got to work or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And like, fuck, you're in a weird spot. Go to Amazon and do that fucking equal payment thing to make a big purchase. Without them fucking scamming you and
without the banks
fucking you on the interest.
Without the banks doing this to you, or this.
So for those of you listening to this,
Basically this and this.
Poseidon is displaying fingering motions.
I just
and
don't like.
fisting
I just
motions.
don't like the banks.
Let's see. Silver and Gold says, "Who is a Kansas City Chiefs fan?" Henry Cavill of Superman and The Witcher fame is a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
He was very good in The Witcher.
Yeah, you've
I jerked off multiple times.
again overshare on that one, Poseidon. Yeah, it's Super Bowl. I'm not super interested. You know what I did see? I tweeted about this. I got quite a lot of reactions yesterday. I didn't know that there was. Yeah, so there's this woman who apparently has some podcast, like some social justice warrior nonsense.
Ugh.
She went after a player because apparently the player liked an account on Instagram that posted a meme about the Grim Reaper. He's doing those claw machines. You're pulling people out, and I guess he's pulling out Kobe Bryant because he goes, Kobe, what the hell? Is there like no Betty White in this machine? Because Betty White. The joke is Betty White just doesn't die, but everyone else dies.
She's unkillable.
Yeah, but what's weird is that she tried to shame him on Twitter, and she doesn't even know him personally. It's just like it's disgusting what you like, and if you're not ashamed, then why are you being secretive about it? Well, clearly, if he's being secretive, it's because of weird ex-girlfriend energy, people like you who are looking at everything he likes on Instagram and trying to dictate.
It has nothing to do with being secretive.
It's just
this
crazy.
is my personal fucking life.
Yeah, how can you dictate to me what I find funny?
I like to laugh at fucking memes. Fuck you.
Yeah, so I saw that, and it made me. I was actually disgusted when I saw that. I was like, what a disgusting human being that she would do that. Why do you get involved? And it's some player from the 49ers, I think, who the guy was.
Man, it's so frustrating because there's no more respect for privacy.
It's not even a privacy thing. It's
not just but
how can you dictate? You can't control that. If the guy is scrolling through and he sees a funny and he likes it, it's instinctively he thought it was funny, or maybe he just liked the image. It doesn't matter. That doesn't say anything about society. That she's jumping to a conclusion that what he wanted Kobe Bryant to get murdered because he liked the meme making fun, killed, whatever.
You heard it here first, folks.
Oh, you never know.
But
But it doesn't. Yeah, it's so fucking crazy.
That's
so
nuts.
I've never heard of this person before, but people keep telling me that she's like she's a racist black woman who calls everyone else racist. Apparently, that's her shtick. So yeah, again, racists, they're fucked in the head, and she's a perfect example. So I saw that and I was like, what the fuck? Silver and gold, can I tell you something? I haven't been paying too much attention, but I too had a feeling. I was like, fuck, I feel like Kansas City might win the Super Bowl, which is crazy.
Are you saying I should place a bet?
No, don't. Speaking of bets, you guys watch Uncut Gems on the Netflix? It came out, I think, yesterday. I watched it last night with Adam Sandler. This guy's a good actor.
Yeah, he's a very good actor, and it was a very good movie. I enjoyed it.
It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I also enjoyed all the cameos, like The Weeknd. I like The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Kevin Garnett was in it a lot. It made me laugh so much. Yeah.
It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. Man, the way it was kind of wild though. It was a wild movie. Like I don't know if you noticed, but the whole movie didn't stop. Like
What do you mean?
there was no.
Oh, the tempo's very high. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There's so many scenes that make you so anxious.
Yes. Oh my god, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's why I couldn't sleep last night.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't sleep in my bed.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's because there's another man in your bed. That's why you couldn't sleep in there. So
Exactly,
Pat
'cause
DeRose
I'm
thinks the
not- 'cause I'm not a
Niners.
faggot.
Pat DeRose thinks the Niners are going to win by a lot. I don't know, Pat. I don't know. You could be right. I mean, but they've been a little inconsistent towards the end of the season. So we'll see. Either way, as long as there's no controversy, as long as it's a fucking fun game and it's worth people's time, that'll be good. The halftime show, there's bets going on in the halftime show. Because there's bets on everything. During Super Bowl, you could bet on everything from the coin toss to the wind to what clothes artists are going to wear. So it's Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. And there's even bets.
Shakira.
There's even bets on what do you think their opening songs are going to be.
What? That's nuts.
Yeah. What's crazy about that is if I was an insider,
Yo,
bro, like when I used to go to those award shows and shit, and
but you know
it's all
they're-
rehearsed.
You know they're watched.
Bro, I would text you. I'd be like, bro, put $1,000 on fucking wherever, whenever, bro. Shakira.
1,000. I'd put all my life savings, bro.
She changed it last minute.
Oh fuck, bro! Imagine having to explain to your wife why you
Flat
lost.
Cat hopes we see some titties flopping around. Let's see. I'm waiting for the Final Fantasy VII remake. Some beautiful music in it. I saw the new trailer they dropped for the new Final Fantasy VII remake, and you know what it did? It divided me.
Really?
That game is either gonna be brilliant or garbage. I don't think there's an in between.
Really?
Yeah,
Why? I didn't watch the trailer.
go watch the trailer. You'll see what I mean. I was like, is this?
But then again, I never played the original.
No. I'm not saying in comparison. I'm saying this
okay.
game is either gonna be really good or a shit game.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Bloody hell, man.
Yeah, it's going to be brilliant. Fred says, probably.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
You never know with this shit.
Yeah.
I have some more PlayStation rumors if you guys want to hear them.
Rumors.
PlayStation 5.
I want to hear them.
Rumors. They're supposed to send out because there's no press event, but they're supposed to drop a video this week. I don't know if they will anymore because there's been some changes, but supposed to drop a video this week detailing some stuff that we already know, like the price and the release date for the PS5 and its capabilities, all that. And apparently the backwards compatibility goes pretty far back.
Really?
Yeah, it's full PS4. That's every PS4 game is gonna work on the PS5 because it's the same architecture. That's not an issue.
Yo.
But what they're trying to do is they can't get every game yet from PS3, 2, and 1 to work. That's the problem. So it's like a case by case thing, whatever.
Yeah,
so,
because it was different, the CDs back then. They made them different for every console, right?
And then they're gonna go with a 2 terabyte SSD. They're talking about for
Whoa!
because of the size of games now.
Whoa!
Yeah,
That's a lot of space, bro.
$500.
That's a decent
It's
price.
a decent price, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a decent price.
Yeah.
Just an SSD is like a couple hundred.
Yeah, and it's
Depending on
fast.
the
The
SSD
SSD is a faster one than the one the Xbox has. The new
Yeah,
one,
obviously.
Scarlet or whatever. The
Yeah,
new one that's coming out.
because it's an HDD, I think, in the...
No, they both have SSDs. Bro.
They both have SSD?
Yeah, the new. What do you think? You think Microsoft's gonna drop a new console with a fucking HDD? What are you crazy? Yeah. They put a lot of things in Midgar that you wouldn't see before, way further in the game, story wise and item materia. Yeah, let's just see. Let's just see how this game fucking plays, man. Because it could be,
You know,
garbage.
you know what game I really enjoyed playing? God of War, the new one. With
Yeah.
the Norse, the Vikings.
That was very good.
That was a very good
That was a very
fucking
good game. Yeah, there hasn't been that many good games that have come out, but that one was very
yeah.
very good. See what happens when you give a studio time.
Yeah.
You let people. A lot of stuff is rushed nowadays,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
When you-
because the end goal is quantity and money, and you know what I mean?
But it fucks up the whole system. If you
I
give
know.
someone time, it'll like look at Rockstar. Now they work their employees to the fucking bone, right? When it's crunch time.
Yeah.
But I mean, the years in between each GTA are a lot.
Yeah.
But the quality you get is so crazy. And another rumor for the new GTA that's supposed to come out, not anytime soon, but it's gonna be on PS. It's not gonna be on PS4. It's gonna be on next gen
Yeah,
PS5. You know how people are discussing? Are you going to be in Los Santos? Are you going to be in Vice City or Liberty City? All three.
Nah.
Yeah, it's the biggest map ever because you have 3 actual areas, so it's gonna be bigger than Red Dead Redemption 2. That's what they say. That's what an old employee said, but he left Rockstar angry, so maybe he's fucking around. Yeah. Yeah, so they said you're gonna have that Vice City, the Miami types thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You're gonna have the New York, Liberty City, and
Yeah,
San
yeah.
Andreas type of
Ooh. Oh.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked Vice City. You know, I like the whole. I like the whole that '80s Miami vibe. I like that whole vibe.
Yeah, it's a good vibe. It's fun.
You know what I mean? The lights, the neon.
Let's see. Maybe
The
you can go to
hookers.
Red Dead World too. Pat, could you imagine that shit? That would be so fucking
Wait,
crazy.
what do you mean? What do you mean?
Like imagine if you're playing GTA, and then when you're out west, like let's say you go down south, like you could go visit areas that were in Red Dead.
Oh, but modernized.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh shit, that would be fucking dope as hell.
You never know. These people are.
Yeah, Rockstar does something wild every single fucking time, bro.
Yeah.
But like, what's crazy about Rockstar is you can finance a car when one game comes out, and then when the next one comes out, your financing is done.
Yeah, he had a new car.
You
But
finance
that's good. That's good. That they and dude, these guys are making money hand over fist. Every launch is bigger than the last one,
Which-
but then the DLC.
Yeah.
There's so much content people are buying online, but
Yeah.
apparently it's all good. People love
Yeah,
paying
yeah.
for it.
Yeah, which goes to show that you know what EA is doing, and this it's wrong, because you could.
EA is different. EA, and I used to work at EA. I don't like. I hated because EA. It's more pay to play. It's
Yeah.
not the same. So EA are the people that'll charge you for a skin, and they'll charge you for shit that's already on the disc, but for you to unlock it.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
They'll charge you for nonsense things a lot of
Yeah,
times. Whereas a lot of other companies like Rockstar, they'll charge you for fucking a brand new map, a brand new game section, something new that a new story mode.
Yeah.
And that's amazing because you're like, yeah, I'm getting something more.
Yeah, yeah.
I got my $60, my $80 worth in this. I want to pay another $10. I could have another 10 hours,
Yeah.
something like that.
It's like in The Witcher 3, right? They made the
The expansions were better than most games
Yeah.
that come out now.
Yeah.
I said the same thing. Yeah,
like what was the first one? Heart of Stone.
hard as a rock.
No, Stone of Heart.
Hardcock.
Ah, Jesus Christ. Anyways, and then there was Blood and Wine.
Blood and Wine was. They were both good. They were both excellent.
Blood and Wine added a whole new fucking huge area. I'm still
that's
not done
what-
exploring
But
it.
that's what I'm saying. Is that's worth it for you? But people who, anyways,
Yeah.
we're gonna get into that. I'm gonna start getting pissed off about EA. The way Uematsu changes his variations and arranging, use of instruments, and musically developing the story to the game is such a skill that I admire. It's difficult to do. Yeah, most of this shit is fucking difficult to do, man.
Also, From Software is a very good company. They're very
From
good with that
Software
too.
are the people that made the Demon Souls game,
Demon
guys.
Souls, Dark Souls.
When Demon Souls first came out, it was like, oh, they haven't made games like this in years because it was so hard. It was pattern. It wasn't just pattern recognition, but there's a lot of pattern recognition.
Yeah.
And every time you die, it would get harder, which was the opposite of modern games.
Yeah.
Modern, like Onimusha, which I love, it had the opposite effect. If you keep dying a lot at the same place, they make the game easier, and they even give you an option to go to easy mode
Really?
because they see you having trouble. From Software did the opposite. They said, "Oh, you're not good at this. Go fuck yourself," which is kind of that's ballsy to do too, right?
It is.
Yeah.
But it created its own like culture of gamers, you know what I mean, who enjoy that shit. Like I beat Dark Souls 3 so many times.
I got the second one when it came out. I played a bit, and then it gets too
Grindy.
no. I don't have because you really need
Oh yeah, no, you need
to sit down, put
oh,
hours,
yes.
get ready. I don't have that much time anymore.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is I'll throw in a game like this. 20 minutes in, I get frustrated and I have to close it and go do something else.
Yeah.
That's why I play a lot of soccer games because I could just
Yeah.
throw it in, play a game, fuck someone up, and then leave.
Yeah. Well, that's why I play Call of Duty too. You know what I mean? It's because I could pop in half an hour to an hour. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Fast, not give it 100% my attention, and then have some fun, and I'm out. You know. Like I remember Red Dead Redemption 2. I started it. I still haven't gotten too far in the story, but man, I don't know how many hours it took. I think it took me 2 or 3 hours just to get through the prologue. The prologue.
The prologue.
What did I say?
Did a rooster crow? Caca.
Prologue.
Call of Duty's like that. Hey, Pantelis says KS. What does KS stand for? Homer, EA did great with Fallen Order. Homer, you have Fallen Order, cocksucker? You didn't tell me that. I haven't played. Fallen Order is the new one, right?
Wait, what?
Fallen Order is that new Star Wars game that has
Apparently, it's very good.
that you're like a Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's very good, and apparently they did a very good job because they were gonna lose the rights or some shit, or it was gonna expire. So
They had to make a game.
yeah, they had to put in fucking effort, you know.
Good. Put in some fucking effort, you clowns.
And now apparently they're making another Knights of the Old Republic that ties in the first one and the second one.
That's gonna be crazy. Yo, Homer says he gives it a 10 on 10. Homer, let me tell you something. First of all, it's too giving. All right, you can't give 10 on 10s like that willy nilly. Giving out 10 on 10s. It took Poseidon 2 hours to get through that boy's hole.
Tight holes, bro.
You want to get the boy's hole?
what?
Are you trying to get the boy's soul?
The shoe sole,
No, the boy's hole.
Lysol
Boys.
wipes.
The boys.
You know you shouldn't masturbate with Lysol wipes.
Thank you for telling us. Thank you. Thank you, Poseidon. He's still laughing at his joke.
I don't know why.
Why do you jerk off with Lysol wipes in the first place?
I thought they were lubricant
Yeah,
in the beginning, and
you're-
then my dick started burning, and it swelled to about 8 times its size.
8 times its size. Swelled to the size of a peanut.
So it went from this to this.
They burn, Tobias says. He tried it too. Why is everyone trying to burn their dicks with Lysol wipes? I put mouthwash on my balls. It's a bad idea.
Oh shit!
Speaking of bad ideas in mouthwash, what kind of mouthwash do you have at your house?
Listerine.
It has alcohol in it, right?
I think so.
Have you ever gotten mouthwash without alcohol?
No.
I have by accident.
And it's
I don't
disgusting.
think. It's just I don't see what the point is.
It doesn't even burn.
It doesn't burn or anything. Like I'm like, what is this? What am I doing right now?
I think it's supposed to burn
I think it has to burn.
because I think I relate the burning to killing bacteria.
That's how I relate to it. I don't know if it's true. But you know what happens now? I put it in, it doesn't burn anything. I have to keep it in for a while for it to start burning.
Really?
Yeah, and only my tongue it burns.
Well, the reason why I relate the burning to killing bacteria is because it burns for a bit in certain areas and then it stops burning. Listerine. You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I guess. Well, I could maybe get used to it.
That's what I think. It's either conditioning.
Gambit says both will get rid of herpes.
Really?
Hot sauce as lubricant too. Poseidon, try hot sauce as lubricant. He says.
I'll try it.
That's what Fred's telling you.
I'll try it next time.
Like putting salt on a salamander. Hey, that's man. You know that's something I never got into. I heard that what was it, snails? Apparently, if you put salt on a snail, it tortures it. Is that true?
It kills it, I think, or it burns it.
Yeah, is that true? I've never done that. To me, that's insane.
I heard with leeches, like if you went to like a river or whatever, and you got like leeches on you and shit.
Yeah,
like you had to throw salt on them.
On the leeches.
On the
like
leeches.
as a curse thing.
No, you would go and then they would shrivel up and
Oh, that's some scary
fall
ass
off.
shit. Marie Renee says it's true. Yeah, god damn.
And they would fall off. I know. They told us this because I remember when I went to this. I went to this camp for I think it was 2 weeks. Must have been 13 years old.
The camp you told us about, where
or 11 years old.
where it sounded like it was a concentration camp. The camp you told us about, where it was in Greece.
No.
Okay,
This is another one. This is I think this was before Greece. I think it was a year before. Yeah, it was somewhere up north.
Any excuse your mom had to throw you out of the house.
So no, she had to pay.
Yeah. We didn't say she's in.
And fuck, what was I gonna? Oh yeah, like a fucking idiot. Okay.
Wait, what was it called?
I can't remember the name.
Was it called Trails End? I went to a camp called Trails End when I was young.
Was it French? Was it French people?
I think it was English.
No, me it was they were.
I think it was English as far as I remember. I remember.
Us it was in French.
It was 12 days.
Us too. It was 12 days. So it might have been the same thing. And I remember like a fucking idiot because I was so lazy. Okay, we wanted to go to the beach, right?
Yeah.
And they go
Goddamn lake.
Yeah, they go. You have two choices: either you canoe it there, or you take the bicycle. Now, because I was a lazy fat fuck, I'm like, pfft.
Wait, hold on. You canoe it or you take the bicycle?
Yes.
In the water?
No. There was a bicycle trail. It would take like 30 minutes, 45 minutes to go, or you can canoe it there.
How fast is the canoe?
It took me 4 hours.
What? Where did they send you?
Huh?
Were you
Bro,
was the canoe a lie?
Bro. No, the canoe. It was a canoe.
Were they just annoyed with you? Like, how do we kill this kid?
You were with
two other.
You were with 2 other kids, and it was a bunch of other kids that were in their own canoes. And bro, we had to go through swamplands.
Hold on a second. They let random children for 4 hours aimlessly canoe.
There was a monitor, but most of us lost the monitor because he was too good. He knew the land, and we lost him.
So he just left. Like, fuck you, kids.
Yeah. He just dipped. He went too far ahead, you know. And I remember, and because I thought, I'm like, I'm not gonna bicycle because I was lazy, right? I knew I was gonna get tired.
So hold on a second, but nobody came looking for you guys for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Like, what about that one canoe? Oh, it's just full of shit. But Poseidon was on it. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, basically nobody.
It's just garbage.
And then I remember going through swampland, having to get out, having to pull that fucking shit.
So wait, you could even walk. It wasn't even deep enough.
Huh?
You could walk and touch the floor. It wasn't even deep.
Some parts were super deep.
Oh, what a dumb! I don't understand. This doesn't make any sense.
And you needed the canoe because there were apparently snakes and leeches and this, that, you know. And then some parts you had to get out and drag it through the sand. You know what I mean?
Did you have life jackets? They're asking.
Yes. And I remember, bro. I remember my arms were burning.
Yeah, but I still can't understand this. There's no way that was a 4-hour trip. So you guys must have been either like we're watching them. They're 18 feet from us and they're just spinning around in a circle.
No.
Like, how is it possible? There's no way they would have told you get on a kayak. We're going for a 4-hour. It's crazy. It's too dangerous. What you're saying doesn't make any sense.
Because I remember getting to the beach, and then everyone's like, "Okay, we're leaving in 30 minutes." That was it. That was the trip. So the whole.
Okay, so are you misremembering everything about this fucking story?
It took hours. It took maybe not 4, but it took 3.
But that doesn't. Again, it doesn't make sense. You go to Quebec. It doesn't make sense that it would take fucking 3 hours and nobody would question the fact that children are missing for 3 fucking hours.
Again, there was a monitor.
You said the monitor wasn't there.
Yeah, we lost him. But the thing is, they had trusted him, you know, to guide us.
Yeah, but the monitor was already there 3 hours before you made it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, what are you talking about? There were monitors with a bicycle group, and there was one monitor with a canoe group.
And you told me that the canoe guy already left you guys.
Yeah, he was ahead of us. Yeah, but he arrived like after 2. He made it an hour earlier. You know what I mean?
Well, what are you talking about? None of this story makes any sense.
Okay, they told us. Fuck. Why am I having a hard time explaining this? It was supposed to take like an hour 45 minutes.
They wanted you to canoe for an hour and 45 minutes, just kids randomly on a lake.
Yeah.
sounds
through
suspicious.
rivers. Through rivers.
Through river. None of this sounds. How old are you?
11.
Okay, with your fucking lying story.
But it's not
All right,
lying.
yeah. They just let some fucking kids. You know where you're going here. Grab a couple paddles, fuck off for 3 hours. Nobody can get the fuck out of
I
here.
swear to God.
All right, we're
I
gonna
have
go,
a witness.
No, you don't have a witness.
I have a witness.
Yeah,
from
I
Socrates.
guarantee you, your witness is gonna give a different account of the
No,
story.
bro. I swear to God.
Yeah. We fucking we were there. We were in the water for 20 minutes. We made it up. Poseidon
my
kept
fucking
yelling.
God.
I've been fucking rowing for 3 hours. Look, Poseidon. I'm very
I'm
angry.
not making it up, bro.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm dead serious.
No, you're not that serious. You're
Yes,
not
I
that
am.
serious. They didn't put kids, random kids.
But
You're 11 years old. Get in this fucking canoe and just. I hope you make it.
But they did.
No, it's crazy what you're saying.
I know it's
and Let me ask
crazy.
you a question. You've never been there?
Huh?
You've never been there?
Where?
You've never been to that camp before. You never canoed from the beach before. You never canoed from where you have to get to the beach, right?
No, we
How the
started
fuck did you
canoeing-
know how to get there? For 3 hours. How did you not get lost?
They told us follow the river.
For 3 hours. How did you
Yeah.
not get lost for 3
And then
hours?
eventually we
for
got-
for 3 hours.
Yeah.
How did none of the
Well,
kids
maybe I
on
did-
your how did none of the kids on your canoe be like, guys, we're just going crazy for 3 hours just in the water. Let's just stop and go somewhere. How did this never fucking happen?
Well, there were
You're
moments,
full of fucking
I'm
shit.
not.
You're full of fucking
But
shit.
you're not letting me finish. There were moments where we thought we were lost.
What does that have to do with that's great? Okay, let's just keep. Oh, look, we made it magically.
Because there was one way to go. It was either you go forward or back. So we kept going forward.
This is very, very suspicious.
And then eventually we break through, and like this little river turned into this huge like lake area.
Yeah.
And we had to canoe all the way. It was like far.
yeah, but you guys knew though. You guys knew that it wasn't left. You guys knew you didn't pass it. You guys knew where you had to. Just instinct. You guys knew.
Bro, it was either they told us follow this river trail.
I know, but you just said the river at one point expanded, got huge.
Yeah, because then it got huge, and you saw the beach from afar. You saw people.
And how many
standing-
hours was this in until you saw them?
I would say to cross that lake took about 10, 15 minutes.
No. How many hours before you got to that lake so you can see the beach?
Oh, like 2.5.
So 2.5 hours just aimlessly going.
Yeah.
Monitors left you. Nobody panicked. You're like, of course
Yes.
we're gonna make it. Get the
Yes.
fuck out of here.
I
with this
swear to
bullshit.
God.
Fucking bullshit.
This happened.
Tell me in the chat, guys. What do you think? You
Oh
think this
my
guy's
God.
fucking around right now?
I'm not fucking. I promise. Look at me. I swear to you. I swear on my mother's head, bro.
Yeah, that means nothing to
I
me.
swear on my dog's head. My little dog's head.
Yeah,
Bro, I love my dog.
Your words mean nothing to us. We have caught you on a many times the bullshit,
Yes,
and this time seems very a bullshit adjacent.
I'm not on the bullshit now.
Yeah, what did they say to you? Abby asks when you arrived at your destination.
They were like, "Oh, you guys made it. Took you a while."
Yeah, that's how you react when kids could have drowned in the river. No, yeah.
Well, we
that
had
makes
life
sense.
jackets.
Okay, Poseidon, you're a fucking dipshit.
And then when I got
remind me
there-
to never let you babysit
Well,
my kid.
hold on. When I got there, I was so pissed off that they were leaving soon that I'm like, "Fuck this!" I threw the paddles.
I like how Pat DeRose says, I feel like Poseidon's a pretty honest guy. That's because you've never watched Two Drink Minimum. That's why you say that. He's a compulsive liar, and we always have to be
Look,
careful
yes,
when we
about
listen to him.
certain things, yes, but I'm not lying about this. And then I remember getting there, and I remember being so pissed off that I threw the paddle on the canoe, and I got so angry. I'm like, "Fuck this! I'm biking back. I don't give a fuck." And I think I took some random kid's bike. I'm like, "I don't give a fuck. I'm biking back."
All this story is bullshit. So let's try to change the subject because I'm going to fucking strangle you.
Bro,
in
it's
your-
not bullshit.
Oh, it's bullshit.
It's
That is
not!
the entire- especially the ending to it. I stole some kid's bike. Yeah, I'm 11 years old, bro. I'm stealing random. Get the fuck out of
No,
here.
no,
bro.
a
You're
kid that was part of the camp.
Here's the thing. You're making me and everybody listening. Yeah, a kid that was part of the camp. Yeah. You just stole his. And then that kid had to canoe back, even though he didn't choose to canoe. That kid was canoeing. And let me ask you a question. What time did you guys leave the beach?
Oh, I don't remember the exact fucking time.
Not the exact time, but roughly.
It was afternoon, early afternoon.
Well, give me an estimate.
This was what, summer?
Yeah.
We had to make it back by 6 to eat. 6:30, I guess 4.
You left at 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so what time did you leave camp in the morning? Another thing, if you had to make it back at 6 to eat, Mr. Bullshitter,
Yeah.
what about the kids that went back the way you came with canoes? Because they didn't have bikes, they came with canoes. So those kids,
But I
hold
don't-
on. Those kids would get back at 7 o'clock, 7, 8 o'clock, they'd get back, right?
Yeah.
Or even harder, because probably the current was different.
Yeah.
So you said you had to get back by 6 to eat.
Yeah.
You had to get back at 6 to eat, right?
Yeah.
So what about the kids that took the canoes? They got
They
back at
arrived
8?
late. Yeah, I guess.
So what the fuck are you talking about? So how could you have to get back at 6? How is feeding time at 6 if the time it takes to get there is more than that?
But I don't remember all these details. You're asking me details from when I was a kid. I just
do you know why you don't remember these things? These are not details.
No,
These
no,
are
no.
just simple. The reason why you
Oh
don't
my
remember is
fucking
because you're
God,
full of fucking shit,
not
bro.
lying about
The
this.
story doesn't make sense.
I just remember my
random
experience.
kids. They put random kids in the lake and go, all right, guys, a couple of hours, just nothing. Are you crazy? Leaving 11-year-old kids and just hoping for the best, but you know how fucking it's impossible. And then when you end up there and no one's dead, no one's freaking out like shit. We lost you for 3 hours. I don't know what the fuck the monitor's doing. When the monitor first of all showed up, he should have freaked out that he's gonna get fired because he left kids. But none of your story makes sense because it's bullshit. And the
It's
thing
not
is,
bullshit.
It's bullshit, and it's
This
clearly
is-
it's bullshit.
this is
You didn't
how I
think you didn't
remember it.
think it. Yeah, that's
this is
that's always
how-
been your excuse. It's how I remembered because you know you're bullshitting.
I'm not
'Cause
bullshitting.
There's no way this isn't bullshit.
I swear to God.
No, it doesn't matter. You swear
It
to God,
isn't
because
bullshit.
I know how you think. You're thinking,
But this
is
isn't
how I
bullshit.
remember it. No,
This isn't bullshit. This happened.
in the chat. Bull caca is the vote.
Bro.
Pantelis, there is more important subjects that you can put your energy into. Yeah, you're right. You're right. This is what happens.
But it's not bullshit.
Uh,
It's not
it's
bullshit.
100. But
It's
there's
not.
nothing you could say. Stop.
It's
Stop.
not.
Stop. Yeah.
But
okay.
I'm actually
Yeah,
upset
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's not bullshit.
Oh, stop with your fucking. It's not bullshit. So how is this not bullshit? You explain this to me right now. How the fuck is it not bullshit? They left random. His job is to take care of kids. He left random kids in the water, 3 hours, and just fucked off.
Yeah.
You're still telling me, yeah, that's normal. How is that normal?
It's not normal, but that's what happened.
Okay, and then on the way back,
I don't know because I took the bicycle. I
that's what I'm
followed the
saying.
other group.
You took the bicycle.
Yeah.
So then what about the kid that came there with that fucking bicycle?
He had to take a fucking canoe.
You don't think that doesn't make any sense to anyone
It
here?
doesn't, but this is how I remember it.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying. That's how you remember it. Because you
Oh
miss.
my God.
Okay. Okay.
Whatever, let's change
It's the plot of Grown Ups 3. Yeah, he watched the movie. He's like, that was my life.
Fucking God, bro.
Yeah, that shit would have happened in the 70s. Yeah. No, man. That is fucking stupid. Dude. ugh.
Yeah, and I remember doing archery. They used to leave us
Yeah,
doing
okay,
archery
that's fine. That's fine. That's
unattended.
Nothing, that's fine. That's nothing to do with what we're talking about now. You know how crazy that is, bro. To be, yeah, let's
Yeah, it is crazy. I know, but this is what happened.
There's no way. And especially the worst part is the description of when you got to the beach. Like, oh, you guys finally made it. That is insane, bro. First of all, not only the guy that left you would have been like, holy shit, are you guys okay? Because I'm gonna get fucking arrested. Are you guys okay? He didn't even care. What the fuck was he doing? First of all, the monitor that stopped you guys. What was he doing? Jerking off. He's not even the guy who came to greet you.
I think it was
Like,
playing volleyball or the tennis, the rackets.
this is insane. This is insane. So yeah, call Homer's like, get your fucking witness so we could grill him too. We don't believe you or your goddamn witness. I'm about to start using that excuse though. It's a good excuse, but that's how I remember it. That is a good excuse.
But no,
That's political style excuse. That's like, well, there's evidence here of her being raped. I didn't rape her. That's how I remember. I remember no rapes.
I'm telling you, this happened. I'm not making this up.
You are making.
I'm
it
not
up.
making this
The
up.
way you're
I'm
describing
not
it
making
did not
this up,
happen.
but I'm not making this up.
Did not happen. The way
I'm
you're
not-
describing it, it's impossible that that's what happened. Now, could you have been in a camp? There could have been canoes, all that. Of course, what you described did not happen. Now, if in your head you're justifying it by being like, well, I was on a canoe and I did do this, and then I just embellished the time, this and that. That's the whole point. Is that the way you described it isn't what happened. That's what we're trying to tell you. Is the way you're describing it did not happen. Because you keep arguing, I was in a canoe, I did archery. We're not disputing any of that. What we're saying is the events as you described them did not happen.
But they did. Because when I got to the beach, they had to leave.
Okay.
We took
Flat
too
Cat
long.
says, I believe that he believes it. I believe that he believes it too.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Let's see. What is Gambit saying? Poseidon's favorite category is friction. It's more like friction right now. It's just
Anyways, let's change the subject.
yeah, they've been trying. Yeah, nor do the events add up. Yeah, they don't. So wait, what time? Hold on a second. So what time did you guys leave?
12:30.
Yeah, none of this makes any sense. Because then you left at the same time as the bike people. So you're
A
telling
little
me,
bit after, because we had to.
so you
We had to carry the canoes to the place, to the river that we left from.
yeah, that doesn't make. First of all, why would they have these kids? Normally, because there's times where you don't go to the beach, right? Because of the sun.
Yeah.
So why would they have these kids either cycling at full sun, like the heat, so kids can have heat strokes, or would they have them
this,
at the?
This was the camp. This was the activities. I don't know why they made those fucking decisions, bro. Do I look like a fucking camp monitor at that camp?
Bro, you look the way I know you, the doofus that I know. If that happened, you would have been dead. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
But
You would not have survived.
what doesn't
that.
kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah, lies.
No, it's not lies. Fuck.
Yeah,
This happened, bro.
Poseidon. Yeah, I could see him running for politics in the future, and he's gonna have the same kind of war stories. I was in Korea. Be like, he's a little young to be in Korea. No. What I meant was on vacation. I see how you could misunderstand. I was there on vacation in South Korea, but I could see the north. Yeah. Yeah, what about snack times? It's true, you should be contesting with snack time. You've mentioned 0 snacks that you ate there. Okay, so next on the docket, what haven't we spoken about, Poseidon? What haven't we spoken about?
I don't know.
Are you excited, Poseidon, about my French podcast?
The goddamn fucking random.
Do you speak French?
Of course I do.
Yeah?
Yes.
You're going to watch it?
Oui, bonjour, croissant. Oui.
No, I speak proper French, not the French they speak in France.
Hey, apparently, so like with history and shit, so the French that they speak in French here now, apparently that was the correct French back in the days.
Yeah.
Accurate days, right? And the French that developed over time was
a different French.
So the French in France, because they wanted to be bougie, and they saw the French
No, it's
here,
not that they wanted to be bougie.
something like that. Same thing with the English and the Americans.
So you want me to say it a little less stupid?
Yes.
Okay. So the French that Quebecers speak here, like Québécois en joual, right, is more closely tied to the first French they spoke here
Yes.
than the French they speak now in France.
That's what I was trying to say.
Obviously that's the case, because here they were very nervous. They thought that any changes would deviate and they would lose the language, whereas there the language evolved
Yes.
like other places.
Yes.
It's not a good or a bad thing. It's just that's how language evolves in different places.
Yeah.
But yes.
Same thing with the English too. Like the Americans, that was apparently the old-timey English. That's how it was actually spoken.
The way they speak now.
No, not now, but they didn't have the hello, love, hello, chat. Like they didn't have that, that
Well, they did have that when they
British.
first came here.
No, apparently they didn't.
How did they not? They first came from Britain. You think they got off the boat and they're like, oh, my accent's gone.
No.
You can't be that dumb, bro.
No, apparently the accent was later on developed because they wanted.
No. The accent, the British accent,
Yeah.
has been. The Brits have that. The Brits didn't make that accent up to differentiate from the Americans.
Well, that's what I read.
No, the Brits had an accent, and they were different places in
Yes.
Britain have different accents,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And then in the States, because there was different people, there was French people too. The accent started to fizzle out, and they had their own thing, their own way of speaking and doing things.
Ah.
Yeah. So I don't understand what you thought. You thought the British either didn't have an accent or they had an accent. As soon as they landed here, they got off the boat.
No,
The accent disappeared.
I thought they came here and they would speak regular English, I guess, and then.
But what's regular English? It's
I
their
don't
language.
know. I don't know anymore. And then the Brits, the British, like that were still in Britain, right?
They would speak like us now.
When wars, they would. And
Like,
then,
yo, what's up, bro?
But then when England and the new colony started being like tensions and shit, they're like, oh, we're better than. So they developed this kind of like this bougie accent. That's what I thought.
That's crazy. Have you ever heard of ever in history of a country being like, guys, countrywide meeting? I don't like those assholes.
No,
that
this
speak the same
obviously
hold
developed over
on.
the
I don't
years.
like those assholes. All right, so let's think of how we could do the accent. Staten Island? No, that's too much. Okay. What are you thinking, Bob? You have anything to say? No, that's complicated. No. We can't do that. I don't want to learn sign language. Like, because they got mad at the colonies, they switched their. Fuck, man, that is crazy.
That's what I thought.
How did you think that?
I don't know.
What goes on in your fucking brain?
Fuck.
This is why we can't believe what you
Fuck
remember.
if I know.
We can't even believe your memory. We can't trust your memories. Because you might not even the canoe story, you might not actively be trying to lie anymore. You might just be so stupid, you mix a lot of things up, and then you remember shit fucked up. Because the fact that you thought that this was a possibility, that an entire nation is like, all right, guys, let's have a meeting. We're fighting with them. I don't want to sound like them. Let's change our accent.
No.
How do you get someone?
They didn't have a meeting.
Because
It's
you
just
speak the way you speak, right?
Yeah.
If right now there'd be a law to change your accent, not words, but your accent.
No,
You know how crazy
I'm
that
not
is?
saying there was a nationwide meeting. I'm just saying that it kind of developed over time. They were kind of like to differentiate themselves.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. That's a decision. You just said they took a decision.
Yeah.
To differentiate themselves. How do you make that decision?
So
as a
somebody could
nation.
have started. I was like, "Oh, I'm not like them." I don't know, something like
But
that.
that- but
and then
you-
it becomes cool. I guess I don't fucking know, bro. I wasn't there back then.
No, you're misunderstanding the question. We're not asking you about them back then. Now, you fucking retard. Right now, how the fuck do you change someone's accent because he doesn't like someone? You have trouble speaking the English you grew up with. How the fuck can we change your accent? Just think about that. And all you do is speak in your accent, and then you got to teach your friends and your kids to speak with that specific accent. It is so stupid. It is an incredibly stupid thought. God damn. That is a very dumb thought. It's profusely stupid. Profoundly stupid. You hurt me inside. I'm hurt deeply. That is incredibly dumb.
Oh.
They didn't like them. They're like, guys, we're not going to speak like them anymore.
No, but
We're not going to speak like them anymore.
that's not what I meant.
We're more bougie. Hello, hello. I like that, Steve. We're going to go with hello, hello. All right. That's crazy. That is so fucking nuts.
I didn't mean it like that, bro. But when you make it sound like that, it sounds stupid.
Yeah. When you explain what I just said, it sounds stupid, sir. But even the other way around is dumb too. Yeah, they showed up in America and they lost their accent. They just got off the boat. They're like, "Hello, chaps! Look at that beach! Oh, wow, this is great. What's going? What happened to my accent? Oh my, this is."
I think
And then
I'm gonna piss myself.
You have all the people that landed in New England. All the people, they're like, "Hello, chaps! We're all." They land. They're like, "Well, my khakis." Right away, they're like, "What's going on?" There's a virus in this land, this North America. They're losing their accents. That is absurd. No, Poseidon, accents and all dialects. That it takes generations of little changes, and then it's not a like a countrywide meeting where like we don't want to sound like them because we hate them.
I know it's not a countrywide meeting, bro. I just
no. You said they didn't like the Americans. They called they were fighting.
Yeah, obviously.
So
but
they
I'm not saying it
decided to
happened,
change their accent so they don't sound the
I'm
same.
not saying it happened overnight.
What are you talking about? How long do you think these wars lasted? You don't know.
A couple of years, bro.
So then, how did generations change? What are you saying? They stopped being enemies. They're like, we're still gonna talk like this though, because fuck you guys.
Well, maybe it developed and they got stuck with it after. I don't fucking know, bro. I'm not a historian.
I'm surprised you're a fucking person. This is crazy shit. This is completely absurd, crazy shit. This is the type of shit that no adult should willingly tell another adult, especially not publicly like this in this public forum.
I don't give a fuck, bro.
You know how dumb that is, bro? Jesus
I don't
Christ.
give a fuck.
Like, it is so stupid that there's a good chance that me being in this room with you might infect me somehow. Like, you might have some kind of fucked up disease that we don't know about.
Like the coronavirus,
Yeah,
bro?
the retardavirus. And we didn't know about it, and it's just spreading. Because this is absurd. I've never heard anything that stupid. I like it. And,
I can't stop laughing.
well, there's people in Spain. There's people in Mexico, but they speak a different type of Spanish.
like, why
yeah,
do
bro, I bet you they had a war, bro. Those Mexicans don't like those fucking Spaniards, bro. So they want to differentiate themselves, bro. Maybe it just developed over time because there were different people, different languages around that affected it, influenced it. Nah, bro. They just don't like each other. Like, I don't want to speak like you speak. So stupid. They had a meeting.
I'm not saying
The El Paso meeting of 1876.
Oh God.
Well, they said, you say we say tss. That's how we're doing it. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. That's what happened in Australia, too.
Okay, you
They
gotta
didn't
stop,
want to
bro.
sound like the English.
We gotta change the subject again, bro, because I can't stop laughing.
So the English were like, bloody hell. And then the Australians were like, fucking crikey. This is a prison, sir. Yeah, he reads Irrational Geographic. Yeah. That's a good one. National Geographic, Irrational Geographic. Jesus Christ. Oh, man, imagine you explaining stuff to kids. Why do they sound different in England? Oh, let me tell you. Back in the day, they had a war with us. They used to speak just like us. But they hated us so much, they all collectively decided to start talking differently to spite us. but they still sing just like us.
Oh God.
Yeah. Fuck. God damn. Jesus Christ, Poseidon. I don't know what to do with you. I don't know what would help. Send you to school, maybe.
No, bro.
Do you think you'd be able to retain new information?
Of course.
So if we'd have a thing where we send you like 3 times a week
To high school.
to a tutor, yeah,
Yeah, of course.
maybe it'll work. But then you might drive someone crazy. They won't know. They start trying to explain stuff to you. Like, now we're going to talk about the Vietnam War. You mean South China, bro? What?
You mean knock off Chinese, bro?
Yeah,
Knock
yeah.
off China, bro?
Yeah,
Fake China, bro?
yeah, Fake China 1. I don't mind Fake China. I don't like Fake China 4, though. I could do without them Filipinos, bro. Like, it would just be insane. You drive someone so fucking crazy. Is Japan the biggest island in China? Like, it would just... I think you could literally have someone walk out on the class. Like, I can't take it.
That would explain why I made a lot of teachers cry.
That. And, the sexual harassment, but mostly that. Did Poseidon graduate from high school?
Yes.
Well, and you see how he jumped to that right away? He's like, yes, and I can prove it. I can prove it. Here's a photo of me on a canoe.
Go fuck yourself. You fucking asshole.
Listen, I can prove it to you because I remember exactly. So they told me to go get my diploma, right? And I decided I'm not going to take the bus. I decided to walk. And it was 4 hours. And when I got there, the graduation ceremony was over. That's how I remember it. And then I took the bus back. It's so dumb. Oh my God. But you do have people going crazy in the chat. That's a good thing. You have people being active and being excited.
Yes.
So a lot of people are watching this and they're just with us right
God.
before watching the Super Bowl. A lot of people are excited about the Super Bowl. Are you excited about the Super Bowl?
Nah.
I don't care either. I'm going to go home after this and eat. And that's what makes me happy.
That's your Super Bowl.
My Super Bowl is eating.
It's a lot of food.
That's me being fat. But I did all my work yesterday. So I had Poseidon come late over to help me with the mailing of everything. All day I had like pitches to finish writing. I got my cool new manager on the French scene has helped me do all kinds of cool shit. I'm not going to talk about it right now because there's some like legit pitches that I have in the running. But as Poseidon knows, they're actually like they could get made.
Yeah.
Fucking some good show ideas.
Some very quality
Yeah.
shit. We're talking about before quality and quantity.
Yeah, I got some quality shit in there. Because
This is quality.
what I think happened is because for all those years that...
And I think you have the potential of actually pumping out quality stuff in quantity.
Well, that's what he likes about me. That's what he said.
Okay.
He said, like, even the thing I had done the script in...
Like the amount
November,
of time,
December?
The amount
Because
of
he's
time.
like, yeah, nobody... Because that was good because that was a good paycheck.
No.
But he was like, nobody I've worked with, he goes, has ever turned around 2 days later and gotten me the full redone movie script. He goes, that's fucking crazy. And I go, yeah, I'm fucking good at what I do, bro.
The amount of time that you completed that is beyond impressive.
You know what it is? I'm like what 50 Cent was when he first got into the rap game.
Yeah.
He just went fucking all... Because I think that throughout all these years that I didn't have like the opportunities, I was developing my skill. I was always writing, doing stand-up, this and that.
Yeah.
So then now that I have all this backlog of shit like in my head, like all these ideas, stuff I've written, all that, that I'm able to work off.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it is kind of nuts.
So hopefully if that shit gets made, people are going to be excited.
Yeah.
American football finals. Yeah, that's what the Super Bowl is. Who doesn't know that? The Super Bowl. Abby, you know what the Super Bowl is? It's a sports thing. It's the final game. It's the championship game for football. And people care about it because there's the football. You want to see who's going to be the champion, but also that's when people spend the most money on TV ads.
Yes.
So new commercials, new trailers come out. Sometimes there's just ads about nothing, but it costs them $5 million just for that ad spot because everyone's watching, right? So those ads are very expensive. And then the halftime show. People watch for the halftime show, especially ever since Janet Jackson's nipples popped out. People are always waiting for a wardrobe malfunction. And this year, they have Jennifer Lopez and Shakira performing. So
Shakira.
So a lot of people are excited to watch the hotness of Shakira and, the being there of Jennifer Lopez. So it's pretty exciting. Shakira will, wait for it, shatter glass with her awful voice. I don't mind Shakira's voice.
What's that song she's famous for? Oh, baby, do you dance like... What was it?
Oh, Hips Don't Lie?
Yeah.
Yeah. With Wycliffe Jean. There's that one. There's Wherever Forever. And then there was that Africa song for during the World Cup. That was a dumb song, though.
Yeah, what was
Dun,
that?
dun, dun for Africa. Dun, dun, dun,
The
dun,
rains
dun,
down in
dun.
Africa.
No, not the rain down in Africa.
I miss the rains down in Africa.
I'm not sure that those are even the correct lyrics, but it was not the right singer or song.
But that's how I remember it, bro.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Yeah, that's Toto. Yeah. That's how I remember it. Poseidon's version. Yo, why doesn't it rain in Africa?
Bro, these kids need water, bro. I heard they got no water, bro. What, it doesn't rain, bro?
That's more of a... Yeah. Oh, Abby's Irish. That's why. Okay, that's why you don't know. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Here, Abby, it's in North America. It's like the biggest thing. It's one of the biggest things at Super Bowl. Everyone's watching. It's like the ideal time for a terrorist attack too. So the security is super tight.
Well, wouldn't that make it the least ideal?
No, it's the most ideal because terrorists want to terrorize. They want it to be known. So it's the most ideal because
there's a lot of people.
What? Everyone's watching.
Yeah.
So if you do something, let's say if while they're dancing at halftime, they blow up. Everyone sees them blow up. Yeah. I don't want that to happen because
obviously
people love taking shit out of context now on the internet. Pantelis calls for jihad on the Super Bowl. No, what I'm saying is that's how big it is. That's how big like everyone's watching.
They started interviewing me. Yeah, bro, I never knew the guy had Al Qaeda ties.
Bro, I don't know Al Qaeda ties. I don't even know how to tie my fucking shoes, bro. This guy's got Al Qaeda ties.
That would be funny.
Yeah. What's funny is that it's called. Yeah, I always wondered that too because it is called football, but it's you use your hands way more than your feet in American football. So it is stupid, but you can't. It's too hard to change the name
because the ball is 1 foot long.
No, that's why you think it makes sense to call it football.
Yeah.
So then anything, wouldn't you just call it by its measurement?
Well, no, because it's
inch stick. You fucking idiot.
Or inch disc for hockey, or like 3-inch disc.
Millimeter penis, bro. Is that what they're gonna call me? These fucking broads.
No, 0.5 millimeter.
These
penis.
broads with their fucking insults.
0.5 millimeter penis.
Yeah, so it should be, but he can't. Handball already exists. Maybe fucking touch pass. I don't fucking know. Who cares?
But then touch pass sounds gay. Touch pass.
That's your problem.
It's like touch and pass. It's like
We're thinking of changing the name of American football to touch pass, and then Poseidon's like, "Oh, we're all fucking gay now." Is that fuck, man? I can't watch one goddamn game without the gay agenda breaking in here. Yeah, silver and gold. I don't think it's 12 inches either. Don't listen to him about the foot thing. He doesn't actually know why. He's just talking out of his ass.
Hold on, I want to Google this now.
I think I know why. I know that football, when they first started playing it, was Europeans. I think the English were teaching Americans at Harvard what soccer is. Football, right?
I'm listening.
And then they started playing it differently. They picked up the ball, the Americans, and they started running with it. And then they're like, oh, we like football like this. So that's why they kept the same name, because they're like, well, we're playing the same game, but with our rules. They didn't realize that then soccer will also be a thing.
Interesting. The size of football is roughly 22 centimeters, 8.65 inches in diameter for a regulation size 5 ball. Rules state that size 5 ball must be 68 to 70 centimeters in circumference. Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Why do they call it rugby? There's no rugs. Yeah, but it's not called rug-b. Or about rugby is its own word, right? It's not rug ball.
I guess because that's the sound.
Yeah, it originated in the town of Rugby. Rugby is the word. It's not 2 words. It's 1 word. Rugby. Yeah. Rugby is rugby is the most fucking goddamn. Rugby's hardcore.
Yeah. Bro.
It's like football on steroids with no equipment.
Bro, I've seen injuries from rugby. God damn. Those dudes are tough as nails.
I think it might be the most dangerous sport aside from Paralympic water polo. Like, what? That's dangerous, bro. Imagine you have no arms, bro, and you're sinking. It's crazy. Yeah. It's nuts. Dangerous sport.
Oh, shit, bro.
My landlady's daughter plays rugby. Really tough. Let's see, really rough. She says she's seen someone be knocked out from a tail. Oh, from a tackle. Yeah, they get the fucking shit kicked out of you in rugby.
But I've seen people get cut open by elbows, this, that,
And that was just a domestic dispute. You know what the thing is? We don't talk about it enough. But the national sport of Canada is lacrosse.
What's a lacrosse?
You don't know what lacrosse is?
Is that the thingy with the net and the stick?
Yes. That's hardcore.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they hit you with the stick. They
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of like ball hockey on roids. And I've never played it, and I always wanted to play it. It looks like so much fun.
Really?
Which part are you excited about? I don't know what you're questioning.
That it's very rough.
Yeah, it's super rough.
Really? I didn't know. I just saw a net on a stick, and I thought it was gay.
Yeah, you think everything's gay, though. It's just that's.
Why didn't they call that net stick?
You're the only person, like online, everybody always complains, like, that's homophobic, and it's never homophobic. You're the only one, like, that's homophobic. Like, yeah, I know. He's very homophobic. You're the only one that I could agree with social justice warriors on. I'm like, yes, he is.
No, bro, I'm not afraid of the gays.
You're afraid of catching the gay.
No, not
which
even.
Which means you're afraid of the gays.
I'm not afraid of catching the gay because it's not contagious.
Oh, good. Oh, there we go. We're evolving.
You're born with it. I know this for a fact.
Okay.
Well, you're born gay. You're not born with the gay.
Oh, my God. All right. We're maturing. Keep going. I'm listening.
Yes.
So what are you
I
worried
don't
about?
mind them. Nothing. I just like calling everything gay, bro.
Yes. Okay.
It's funny. I find it funny.
It is funny. Yeah. It's fun. Yeah. Kind of gay, though.
Oh,
Poseidon teaching a class. Could you imagine if Poseidon... So here's the thing about the gays, guys. I've been wondering for a long time. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe they're born with it.
I'm going to piss myself today, bro. I can't stop laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's a side effect.
Of?
The gay. Deal with it, Poseidon. That would be the greatest thing ever if
What?
Poseidon comes out of the closet.
But I'm not in the closet.
Oh, Jean Thomas has just confirmed he's good for this week recording. Nice. French cast coming. Poseidon is a 93. Let's see. Is a 1993 8-year-old trapped in a big boy body. He is. His reference. It's funny because he was never part of 90s culture. But his mental frame and references are all of children from then. What do you mean, bro? I might catch the Chinese. Like it's these wacky, outdated, isms.
Yeah, but I don't actually believe these things. You know that, right?
Bro, I don't know what you believe in anymore. I have no idea what you believe in, apart from hardcore canoeing. Competitive canoeing is all you believe in.
Oh shit!
Poseidon got a movie audition for Peg Boy. Poseidon.
What's Peg Boy?
It doesn't matter. Poseidon, are you acting at all nowadays?
No, not really. Apart from this just thing.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, did you guys watch that new episode we dropped?
Yeah.
You know why I dropped that episode? I think, when was it? Saturday I dropped it? Friday? When did I drop it?
I think Friday.
Friday, I fucking... Phil, twice in a row, has no fucking idea how... Because he wanted to do it on Patreon, right? He dropped it so he could see if there's interest, right? But literally, every time he gives to me and I upload on Patreon, 20 minutes later, he starts putting it up online, like on Instagram and all that. And then I have to put it up everywhere, obviously, because it doesn't make sense. So, I don't think he understands what's going on.
I think he forgets.
I'm going to tell, why do you ask me to put it on Patreon if then you're going to put it up everywhere? Then we don't know if people on Patreon like it. Because then everyone's watching. So I can't tell if people on Patreon like it or not.
I think he forgets.
Yeah.
I think it's because he's used to doing it a certain way.
Yeah,
that he just doesn't think about it.
Because at the end of the episode, he even says this week, he's like, we're going to test it out. We're going to put it on Patreon. And then literally, I know I get tagged. I look, I go, is he joking right now? Like,
I think he's just so used to doing it that it's second nature.
Yeah.
It's like me and jerking off, bro. I don't know when I'm gonna jerk off in public. It's scary.
Yeah, for other people. Madison Hope says all Asians have the coronavirus. What the fuck?
Really?
Really? Right away, fucking gullible Poseidon. Really? Finally, some scientist is in the chat. Thank God.
Bro, today's episode is on crack.
No, you're on crack. We're all fine. The chat is doing good. I'm fine. I'm here happy. You've lost your goddamn mind, Poseidon.
Good to do.
What was that? What is happening?
Me losing my mind.
Jesus Christ. I can't wait for 2 drink minimum. I got some funny stories for Mike this week. It's going to be good. Oh, and another thing I saw. Yeah. Fucking rumors start out of nowhere. I noticed online about anything. I even noticed on 2 drink minimum, one episode. Last week we said we're not going to have a live one. So last week we had no live. It was just on Wednesday. We had to pre-tape because Mike was away. Literally written in the chat. Someone wrote in one of the comments I saw, what's going on? The live episodes, they're on Patreon now. Like, we don't even have a 2 drink minimum Patreon.
Yeah, I saw that comment.
And just lunacy. Oh, how come they don't do it anymore? This is the only episode we didn't do it because, and we said, because he was busy. I even mentioned it on the Pantelis live. So I'm looking at this, I go, what's going on here? Like, why would you make random shit that doesn't make any sense? Oh, are they only on Patreon? Like, what the fuck are they talking about?
He caught the Poseidon.
Yeah. So I read that, I go, what the fuck? Yeah. Same thing when I first started doing the Pantelis podcast live on Fridays, now I put on Patreon. People in the beginning were writing, like, this isn't live. And it was live. We were streaming live.
Yeah, I know.
This isn't live right now. What do we have to gain? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I know.
So crazy. Anyways, Poseidon has had way too much coffee. And it's very amusing. Fakra is saying, Poseidon, you have had quite a bit of coffee.
I think that's why I couldn't sleep last night.
It's good. Elijah says, how's the sitcom coming along? What sitcom, Elijah? Elijah, the only sitcom we've ever thought of working on is the Pantelis. See. But we need to get a lot of fucking subscribers on Patreon in order to afford to actually do it.
1,000. 1,000.
Which is going to be tough. But you never know. It's growing every day. Patreon people like it. And in the meantime, we get to develop so much shit for all these new shows.
So even for people who do sign up in the future, they'll have a backlog of content.
Yeah. And also us now. Everyone that's contributing to this, they're getting shit early. They're getting new shows. Yeah. So it's a nice little ecosystem that we've developed.
Yeah. The PCU.
Oh, and by the way, I've been looking at other people's
cinematic universe.
I've been looking at other people's Patreons. Bro, we're on another level. Patrons don't fucking don't offer a lot of shit. But I've been looking at other people's Patrons. It's literally like, yeah, you want to pay, 5, 10, 15, and that's it. And it's just, but there's nothing there. It's like, oh, we might come up with something. We might come up with that. No one's fucking mailing shit out. Yeah, no one's giving exclusive content. Very rare. Sometimes they'll do an extra episode a month or something like that, but it's not as hardcore as me, bro.
God damn.
Developing fucking 3 new shows, doing another language show, doing all kinds. Yeah. Why are people fucking subscribing if you're not going to do crazy shit?
No.
I mean, I figured people subscribing, I'm the Netflix of this retardation. So I might as well fucking do crazy shit with it, right?
I guess. Man, I can't wait till you announce the PCU, the Pantelis Cinematic Universe.
Did I watch the new Curb? I've seen both the episodes of this season. Third one, like Gambit says tonight. I can't wait. I love it. The first episode with the with the MAGA hat, when he realizes he's like that he could avoid fucking people his conversations with the MAGA hat, so he puts the "Make America Great Again" hat everywhere so people don't want to deal with him.
Are you serious? Yeah. Who does this?
Larry David.
Are you serious?
It's the best.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
It's the best because he goes.
I still have it.
Because he goes, people in LA, they're so fucking stupid. They just don't want to, they panic and all that. So he's like, that's a good idea. So he just puts it on, and he could avoid everybody. Nobody wants to talk to him.
But then he could also get punched in the face.
Yeah, but these these hipsters, they're not gonna punch anyone in the face.
Bro, did you see bro? I saw a video and I got so angry. I got so fucking angry, bro. I wanted to beat the shit out of somebody.
What happened?
It was an old couple, bro, trying to cross the street, bro. I think it was in New York or something. An old couple, and the poor old lady, bro, must have been 90, bro. She was using her walker, bro. Cute little old lady, bro. Nobody's bothering her, bro. And they're having this fucking rally, bro. These fucking donkeys, these fucking Dumb motherfuckers. I don't know about the patriarchy or some bullshit. And bro, this poor old lady's trying to cross, and they block her. Started calling her a Nazi because she was white.
Oh fuck!
But it was white people screaming at her. Bro, I
Yeah.
was so angry inside me. I was like, oh, if I was there. Oh, if I was there.
Yeah, they don't know what they're. Oh, that's just
They
infuriating.
blocked an old lady and an old man, bro, from crossing the street.
Yeah, that's. But a lot of
You know
these
how
kids are stupid.
infuriating it is to watch that, bro.
Well, we talked about it. For you guys that didn't check it out, it's going to be available to everyone that doesn't have Patreon, I guess, tomorrow. But if you're on Patreon, go look at my post with Vlad Levitt, the Pantelis podcast of this week that I did on Friday. Because Vlad has a very interesting story because, you know, he's been here, I think, for 16 years.
Yeah.
He was born in the Ukraine. Like, the Soviet Union affected his family, you know? So he knows all about that shit. So he talks about how pissed off he is when he sees kids here, like university students, wearing like the communist symbols.
Yeah, yeah.
And he goes, they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. They're wearing communist symbols and they're on a fucking MacBook. Like they're consuming all of capitalism's good stuff,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
talking. We gotta get rid of capitalism, bring back communism. Like it's so fucking crazy, and how it pisses
Somebody
him off.
has to knock sense on them in the sense like, okay, you want communism? Okay.
Go live in one of the communist countries. Tell me
Hold
how
on.
good that goes.
You tell them, bro, you tell them no more iPhone, no more MacBook, no more Starbucks. You want
It's
coffee?
more than that. Forget that, dude. It's more than that. It's,
yeah.
it's them being in charge of everything.
What do you mean?
It's them being, because when you're in a communist regime, you don't own anything. Everything belongs to
Yeah,
the state.
100%. Yeah, I know.
Everything belongs to the
Yeah.
state. So everything you make is theirs. You can't
Yeah.
create anything. So
Yeah.
right now, all this shit that we create, like even this, right? This stream would belong to the government,
Yeah,
right? So we obviously wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you would
because they wouldn't allow it.
if you would farm, your animals would belong to the government. They wouldn't be
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah.
So if you would eat your own stuff, if you would eat a bit extra, eat your own
You'd
food,
get
you're
arrested.
hungry. Yeah, because you're stealing from the government.
Yeah.
It's fucking absurd. The guy who made Tetris, remember he created Tetris. He was in, and it went everywhere all around the world. I saw a documentary online. He wasn't getting paid, bro. Like no, it belongs to the fucking state, bro. He made it here. He's part of the Soviet
Are
Union.
you serious?
Yeah, even the guy who made the AK-47, which everyone uses, I think that guy never got paid.
God damn.
Yeah, all that because you don't. Nothing belongs to you. Your own individual thoughts don't belong to you.
No, you're just extension.
Yeah, it's
Basically.
not equality. They call it the of equality, but it's the opposite of equality. You know what it is? It's basically you have all the chips, right? You bought a bag of chips. You go into class, and everybody comes in and takes your chips without you wanting to give them.
Yeah.
And then you're left with one chip, and like, but it's equality. Now we all got chips.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
but
all have one chip.
yeah, but dickheads, I bought those chips. I worked
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
bought those fucking chips. It should be my choice to give you fucking chips. Why are you taking? It's not equality. In their head, because they got chips, like of course it's equal. I got a chip for
We're all
nothing.
equal now.
Yeah, but you just fucked over the guy that
Yeah.
actually bought the chips.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I know. That's why taxation is theft.
taxation is 100% that.
Yeah.
No, you gotta you
Like,
work
all,
and you
all
make
men
shit.
and women are born equal and should have equal opportunities.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's nuts, bro.
yeah.
I hate that. I hate taxation, bro. Like when I see half my paycheck go to taxes, drives me nuts.
It just drives me nuts that we don't have a say in where they go and
Yeah.
all that more than anything. I mean, the amount of taxing in Quebec is also another problem. But the fact that I'm telling you, I would not mind if I knew that my money was going, let's say, to healthcare and things were good, and I knew that kids here, public schools, were getting educated properly.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah, but none of
But
that.
it turns out they just make the government bigger. They create these fake ass jobs. So it's mostly going to these stupid senses, all this dumb shit
Yeah,
that we
yeah.
don't need, and where we actually do need the money, it doesn't go there.
And then they tax those salaries.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a fucking scam.
Bro, it's nuts, bro. Like I was looking at the layers of taxation, bro. I wanted to vomit.
Yeah. Why? Because you couldn't count that high.
No, no. You
It was
motherfucker.
hurting your stomach.
No, just the layers. Like they tax everything. You know.
Yeah.
So even though they take that tax money, let's say they take 100,000 to pay this guy, they'll still take under 40 grand back. You know what I mean? Like it's nuts. Like
Point is, I don't like stealing from people. Like I don't like if it's
Yeah.
you created it. You're creating your own.
Yeah.
RSPs are very. Don't fall for that shit, man. Obviously, first of all,
Yeah,
a lot of
but-
the bankers,
some
like when you go to
people-
the bank and the regular bankers are there in the day, not really well. It's just like it's their 9 to 5 job.
Yeah.
But they're not. But for some reason, they assume that they're fucking.
rocket scientists.
Yeah, they assume they're rocket scientists. Like yeah, because that's what they're told. Yeah, this is a great idea. First of all,
Okay.
any time that your money can get you in trouble, basically in order to take back 10,000 of your dollars, they have to keep half if you want to take out early. Anytime somebody could tax your own money that you work for and already pay tax on all that shit, that's a scam.
Yeah.
That's a scam, bro. If I need my money, I need my fucking money. It's my money. I put it in there. You're gonna charge me for my fucking money. Are we all crazy right now? You're gonna take half the money that I put in.
The reason why I heard some people do this is because there are some forms of RSPs. I didn't really get.
They're taxed. Basically, you take them out of your taxes.
Yeah,
so let's
basically.
Say, but the problem is So look, this is what I keep telling you. Let's say you saved on taxes. You put 10 G's in RSPs.
Yeah.
So you save 10 G's on taxes, right?
Yeah.
But those 10 G's, you can't use them. So you still gave them away to the government. You just gave them away in a different capacity.
But then
because then if you want to pull them out and they're
gonna tax you.
Yeah, more than tax you. You could lose half.
Yeah.
So now you only have 5 G's left, and then you're gonna have to fucking pay on that. It's a scam.
I know.
Keep your fucking money. Use it for what you want. Don't give it away to these fucking cocksuckers.
But then some people feel like they have a need for it. The reason why is because
invest your money in shit that's gonna pay you back. Invest your money with people that are actually creating something. The government doesn't create shit. The government takes. Invest your money on in technology, precious metals. Don't invest your money into the government. And the government doesn't know what the fuck it's doing. The government. These aren't people that worked and earned these jobs.
No.
These are people that idiots like us elected because they decided I'm gonna win the popularity contest. Fuck these morons.
it is basically a high school popularity contest.
That's what it is. Why would you try? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my money in the 90s. I'm gonna put my money in Apple stocks. That's fucking stupid, bro. Buy some government bonds. No, but these guys seem like they know what they're doing. No, bro. Buy some government bonds. The government knows what it's doing. So stupid. But the people that invest in Apple and all these other companies that they do some research, like fuck, this is innovative.
Millionaires.
More. Yeah, you could make a lot of money if you align yourself with smart people.
No. That's why I'm friends with you.
You're barking up the wrong tree, bro. You're gonna lose all your money. I'm dumber than the government. At least the government. At least the government visually to people presents a smart outlook. Because a lot of people just think that because you're in the government, it's kind of like how when you were younger, people thought that if you work at the bank. Remember, like that was a good job, like just a regular teller.
Yeah.
Oh, they work at the bank. That must be a really smart person.
But then I found out growing up, I think as a teenager,
anybody could work at the bank.
Most bank tellers were indebted. I don't know how many tens of thousands of dollars.
Well, everybody's in debt. The whole
they are, but
the whole system in North America works on people being in debt. No, it's just that you don't.
But it didn't make sense to me. How do you work at a bank and you're still in debt? You should know about.
Yeah, but whether the reason why people are in debt is because the system doesn't work the way it is right now.
I know. Yeah, you're right. No, that's a dumb
If you make $10, but in order to make it at the end of the month, you need $15. Trust me, bro, it's gonna fucking accumulate.
Well, that's what happened to me, right? When I got laid off from Telus. That's what happened to me because I was used to spending a certain amount. I think
that's not what happened to you. You're dumber than that because you were actually good because you were living at home and shit. You fucked up because when you lost your job, instead of cutting back on extras,
I just kept living the same way.
Yeah, that's just you being a doofus.
No, I know, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to make any sacrifices to my lifestyle.
Credit is a good idea. Gambit says credit with interest is evil, of course. And also some people get locked in to crazy interest rates and levels because that's all like there's certain credit cards that they accept people that nobody else accepts.
No.
But in order for them to accept you, they fuck you. They basically own you.
Capital One
fucks you.
Yeah,
they own you.
God.
And I always get mail from Capital. Do you want to get the fuck out of here,
bro? I'm like, you know what? Let me see why people hate Capital One
28% Gambit.
Hold on,
get
bro.
the fuck out of here.
Hold on, bro. I read the interest rate, bro. I was like, excuse me.
All right, Poseidon. We're going to have to start calling.
Oh my God, it's 6 p.m.
It's 6. But before we go, I want to remind people, if you want to see what the fuck we're up to first, head over to Patreon. We're on Patreon now. You get stuff early. You're going to get the Poseidon exclusive In Bed with Poseidon show, which is a great show over there. It's getting better. I got him a stream deck, so he's going to have fun doing that. A lot of they can't see you. The camera's on me. But it's a good try.
Hold on, but I have a mic.
Okay, just stop with that. just annoying people. So any tier you get to on Patreon, we try to give stuff away. These first couple of months, we gave away autographed posters last month. This month, I think I'm thinking stickers. That's what I said because I spoke with Leonard. I think I could buy like sticker sheets and put like 2 drink minimum, all that stuff. So I'm working with him, but we're definitely gonna think of something because I find it fun. I was only giving away shirts to people who would win it if they're in the boss status. So still at the beginning of the month, who's ever boss status or higher, they're always going to be winners there for shirts. But I'm ordering more shirts, so I'm going to give away even more shirts to random tiers too. You could be a regular tier and you get a shirt in the mail. We're just working out a deal now to try to get the best price possible, because then the better the price is, the more shirts I could buy, the more shirts I'm going to give out. 2 drink minimum. Don't forget to check out the #1 podcast on the goddamn planet. Every Wednesday, there's a new episode on our channels. And every Tuesday at 2 p.m., we go live on our 2 Drink Minimum YouTube channel. Compoundmedia.com is where you're going to go. Use the promo code Canada20 to get yourself 20% off. And you get all our archive of old episodes, plus every other Compound Media show. I would like to remind you guys that if you're in Montreal, March 13th, there's a super show at the Leonardo da Vinci Center. The Southern Boys, myself, Guido Grasso, and Massimo. That's going to be a crazy fun show. We're going to bring some special guests on. It'll be a good time. Poseidon will be there, probably taking pictures, signing autographs in the dock. In Sherbrooke, I'll be there April the 3rd. April the 3rd, I believe that is a Friday, isn't it, Poseidon?
Yes.
Tickets are on my website right now. I know April's a long ways away, but, I suggest you plan ahead. Get ready. If you're close to Sherbrooke as well, just drive there, because I don't know when I'm going to be around there in English for a while. I got some other stuff I'm cooking. And apart from that, Poseidon, the French podcast starts this week, and that's all that we have. Any closing statements?
Have a good night, and we love you.
All right, that was weird, but
I don't know why I said it like that.
Thank you guys for listening.